したのは青い青いあの空。悲しみはまだ覚えられず、切なさは今掴み始めた。あなたへ飛びだこの感情も今言葉に変わってく。未知なる世界の夢から目覚めて、この羽を広げ飛び立つ。羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って目指したのは白い白いあの雲。突き抜けたら見つかるとして振り切るほど青い青いあの空。青い青いあの空。青い青いあの空。愛想をつけたような音で錆びれた古い窓は壊れた。見飽きた家具はほら捨ててゆく。振り返ることはもうない。高鳴る鼓動に呼吸を預けて、この窓を蹴って飛び立つ。駆け出したら手にできると言って誘うのは遠い遠いあの声。眩しすぎたあなたの手も握って求めるほど青い青いあの空。落ちていくと分かっていた。それでも光を追い続けていくよ。羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って探したのは白い白いあの雲。突き抜けたら見つかるとして振り切るほど青い青いあの空。青い青いあの空。青い青いあの空。そうさ悲しみを優しさに、自分らしさを力に、迷いながらでもいい歩き出してもういいかいもういいかい。誰かの期待にずっと答え褒められるのが好きなのですか。なりたい自分をすり替えても笑顔 You are my friend. Do you remember when we would say that we would see it all through one day? You are my dream, but I fear that we've got a very long way to go. Oh, upon this endless road, every day is starting like a shining ray. My soul is singing. I just wanna see your smile. I won't wait. Won't let us lose the funny days. I'll claim the future.
That's all you get. That's literally all you get. Lemonade is tasty. Time for some Nux cringe. Happy to rank here. Yo. Finally,
what does lemonade have to do with anything?
It's literally the first comment. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Finally, an interesting video for a live stream. Play some distance. It was already on the playlist, so shut the up.
I don't think this was on the playlist.
What?
The Naruto.
What do you mean?
I don't think this was on the list.
No. Distance was already on the playlist.
Oh, I thought you meant this video being on the list.
No.
Oh, no. We're not watching this. I mean, we are, but...
That's my request to you.
That's not a great request. I wonder if YouTube is going to be dumb and play ads again during a live stream. Dude.
Did it?
I have no idea. I have it set to manually, and you see the little pop-up that says, hey, this is a great time for an ad.
Get the ad blocker. We don't care.
Yeah, we really don't.
Yeah, it's like, it's pennies. No.
You're
even
boring.
Okay, well, calm down.
Calm down. Link removed good news. A Yuruma Nenroid merch is out already with him being scared of Kalego.
DA.
What happened?
Aruma, good news, merch.
Oh, a Netaroid. I might have to cop that. But I know them boys run like 50, 60.
Y'all watched the live action Yu Yu Hakusho. Not yet. We were supposed to Thursday, but Ralph already had some stuff going on. So yeah, it sucks. Can't get ad block on the phone. You can get revanced.
Get YouTube Premium. Do something to not get ads.
Who's ready for some peak cringe? Also, I'd like to see you and DA stream Mario Party 3 at some point. We do Mario Party 8.
Very specific Mario Party.
Yeah, we've done several Mario parties over on the 2200 channel. Several of them.
That's my request to you.
And that's somebody's request to you, apparently. It's out already, yeah. It came out Thursday. BG, have you played the God of War Ragnarok yet? And if so, your thoughts? I have not. I was waiting for a PC release, but if there's a super good sale on Christmas, a good holiday sale for it, I might just buy it now and just play it, and then wait for the PC version for the full experience. Play distance. What I'm here to say is very bad. We want Mark Month. We demand Mark Month. Should I play the timeout thing now? Because it does pertain to Mark Month. Let's play that.
A good time to.
So from now on, when we time people out, this is what's gonna play. You don't want Mark Month. Your points were giving willingly. We were there for cupcakes. Obey or be timed. Yeah, so that's gonna play every time we time somebody from now on.
Why do we not call dystopian?
Suck my dick. That's my request to you.
That's the way it's supposed to be. No Mark Month. Give us the other half of Mark Month.
Other half of Mark Month.
Sorry, kids. Other half of Mark Month is part of the band. BG said we would get Mark Month, but he scammed us. I said half Mark Month, mini Mark Month from the very
there
beginning.
There is an unedited tweet.
Scam.
I do still have the Mark Month playlist that can grow in size if need be.
Or shrink in size.
Yeah. Why is it even there? It should be gone. Y'all don't want this.
Last of Us 21 month.
Impossible. We keep saying this.
Last of Us.
That's one video.
T23 year.
It's one singular video that we would have to try to get past as we do it in 5-minute increments, and we just get tired and quit.
All right, let's read off the names and get into this.
We should check into our boy once we finish, depending on how long
What
we go
boy?
here. Last of Us.
Yeah, let's check in on our little boy, because we haven't in a minute.
Pretending on how long this goes.
I purposely did the YouTube version so we can speed it up a little bit if we want, instead of downloading it. What's up, Buster, Tevin, Triton, Dutch, Hi, Aries, Hope, Carlo, Alfonso, Det, Joe, Ruiner. Make sure I don't miss anybody as I'm scrolling fast. I think I said Dutch, but I'm going to say Dutch again. Priscilla, Nami the Goat, JX, JCJ, Blaze, Duhanson, Varia, Stop Talking, Robin, Leo, Master Jinx, Nightfall was what?
Was the What If Mark video? Was that part of Mini
No.
Mark Month?
Oh, maybe.
I remember so little about Mark Month. Because if it was, that tells you everything you need to know.
Turk.
Goodbye, Gohan. You're the reason why I'm dead. This is the quality of writing this month once.
Meme. I think that's the end of us. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. Description boy.
My goodness.
Description boy.
It's going back to it was not the black on black for a while. I don't know what happened, but it's going back to the black on black.
What are we doing, YouTube? Why is everything Discord is a disaster. Disaster. What's up, Victory Greymar?
Links barely work. Twitter, YouTube, I don't know. Swagkage and I
Alfonso
yell
Rodriguez says, Mark 23 month.
Oh. Just visceral. Oh, it's just this dude just saying the obvious crap and Markisms, and then we got Double Instinct Master Goku. It's like
What are we doing?
for
What
a
are we
month? Again, y'all don't want that.
we keep trying to show y'all how little y'all want
It's
it.
better spread out, not just is Mark over and over again. Swag and I yelled at each other for an hour, breaking down every arc of Naruto. Zabuza, Chuunin, Tsunade, and Sasuke. Let me know if you're down for part 2 or part 3. Part 2 being Shippuden, part 3 being Boruto. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, everybody should know Nux Taku. And what we are talking about today is ranking every arc in Naruto featuring Swagkage by our boy Nux Taku. What's the last Nux Taku thing we've done?
I think
Demon
it might
Slayer?
be the Zappy Boy.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with Zappy Boy.
He's a chore. And he's a bore. Because I've been checking in on Some Ordinary Podcasts, and he's on there too.
Yeah.
And he's not there.
Dude, didn't I tell you he's way too animated and memey for just a sit down talk to people
But
thing.
he's not that.
He's not that anymore?
No, he's pulled back. No, he's not that in the podcast.
No, that's what I mean.
He's pulled back. And that pulled back is just not interesting.
Yeah,
He's not a funny person.
He projects an energy that feels interesting as opposed to just naturally being interesting.
Alfonso Rodriguez says, lighting pussy.
Oh, the lightning pussy, yeah. It was terrible. What's up, Soul? 19 months? Why are y'all for this long? Thank you for re-up and being a bum. I just got done rewatching older Naruto Revisiteds. They were some
There's
good.
a lot of them.
His VTuber model is not great.
It's not.
Yo, what's happening, fanbase, and welcome back to another Naruto video. With me, I have the Naruto King, Swagkage. How's it going?
I would never want to be referred to as the king of anything. That's just me personally. The Naruto King?
Especially if you get something wrong, then people are gonna come at your neck like, "Oh, what happened, King?" As it's Nux being Nux.
On friends, Swagkage here. Welcome to today's video. I would say normally today we're gonna be talking about X, but I guess Nux should probably handle that since this is his channel. Yeah, well, we're going to be talking about basically every Naruto arc and dissecting, without any formality whatsoever, what we like and dislike about them. So, with that
What's
said,
up, fighting
would you
gimmick?
like to begin? Yeah, and now every Naruto arc doesn't mean every arc in both parts of the series. It's going to be pre-time skip, part 1.
Thanks.
So it's going to be
Chris the Jill
Zabuza,
says,
Chuunin exams.
that's Nux blazing swag.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Search for Tsunade and the Sasuke retreat.
What could you possibly be
And,
talking about Nux about?
That's not a whole bunch to go over. I guess it may have been
We're
a
not
bit...
going through every filler arc too. That's my favorite part of the whole show.
Oh, yeah, no, we gotta go through everything in the second half of Season 3 and all of Season 4, and then we gotta go over that one thing where they went to the, like, land of tea or whatever, and there was the dude
And
with
the
the lightning
farting
storm.
bugs and
Yeah. No, my
where we had
favorite...
the most screen time in the whole show.
My favorite part of the entire Naruto anime is how they needlessly changed the reason Sasuke ends up in the hospital to him being injured by a guy.
That was because of the race. I remember that. That was filler, obviously. I was just like, this ain't hitting. I'm just skipping this. Literally, I remember being in the library and like, no.
Aries, you do not want that. Thank you for the super chat. BG doesn't want to be referred to as king. Looks over at DA.
It's quite the life, huh?
Hey, he doesn't want to be referred to as that.
With a lightning sword, even though he had just been admitted to the hospital for his injuries with Itachi. Then he gets out, and then he gets hospitalized by this filler arc guy. And it's just
Universal
like,
Instinct
Sasuke
Goku,
kinda
Angel
fucking
Seed Goku, Autonomous Dragon Force Goku.
sucks, doesn't he? I mean, they could have just left it like it was in the manga. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. I guess there's no better place to start than with the Zabuza arc. You know, the Land of Waves, the beginning of the series. An arc that a lot of people are fond of. Not many people throw a lot of criticisms at it. And while I do have my own, I think that this is a fairly strong arc, and it's definitely a good introduction to the world.
I think
Absolutely.
I think
like
it's a lot. I think it's hurt a lot more with future knowledge and future events. Stuff like only certain Uchihas are given the Sharingan. Stuff like Kakashi. This is the only time where he has Sharingan fatigue just from base Sharingan.
Yeah.
He's fine the rest of the series. Now, he doesn't get into any fights heavily through the rest of the series. But it still would have been good to showcase a little bit more of that, because it's just completely gone.
It introduced Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi, the dynamic between their team, and kind of what we'll be seeing in the future. Like, that whole first arc, I understand it's basically a test for the whole show, but
Yeah.
it's also kind of a microcosm as
What?
to how the story works. Naruto and Sasuke allegedly don't like each other. At the same time, they really do care about each other. Kakashi...
Where was the care shown here? I guess helping him get back to the place.
Could have been a teamwork part where
Yeah.
they trusted each other just silently.
She's a total badass, even though Zabuza beat him the first fight, which was stupid. Transformed Naruto into a shuriken, which
Yeah.
no one ever's transformed into an inanimate object again in the whole series.
Yeah, you're right.
More stuff like that were, things could have been different later but that's just the only time that something like this has happened.
Outside of, becoming logs with that type of thing.
That's the
Substitution
yeah.
jutsus.
But
What's up,
yeah,
you?
stuff like the heaven, not the heaven, the forest arc. It would have been helped by them transforming it to trees or
Shut
something.
the up, Corey.
and just hiding out
Yeah.
anything. But that's just less and less. And it seems like it might be just going more towards the big fight. So we need energy arms and stuff like that, and less of the strategy of, because if you could turn your whole body into a shuriken, surely you could just turn like your arm and then you just have a blade arm. What? They have to. Somebody has to be able to. It's not an all or nothing. It can't be. That makes no sense.
I mean, if you're transforming, I would assume you transform the entirety of your body. I don't think Naruto could do sexy jutsu with just like boobs.
But it's just harnessing chakra into your body in order to transform it. Mm-hmm. You can do that with your feet, just your feet, in order to walk on the water. So what's stopping you from just doing your feet as a blade?
We're not talking about chakra blades, One Smart. We're talking
Dutch
about
says,
somebody turning their
Naruto
arm
gets
into
worse
a...
every time you think deeper
It's
what is
a
happening.
scam.
Of course.
It is a scam.
We're talking about somebody turning their arm into a kunai, because Naruto turned into a shuriken.
His whole body into a shuriken. So can he turn just his arm into a shuriken? And if he can, why hasn't he? And if he can't, why can't he? If you can harness individual parts of your body and harness chakra into that in order to walk on water, say.
Priscilla, I'm looking at a minimum of 3 hours for this stream.
Nah, it's going to be shorter because it's going to be long stretches of stuff like this where they just talk about things.
Well, in Boruto, Naruto transformed into a Rasen Shuriken, which is wild, but you know that's
Did he?
it's
Is
a
that
really
the
long
manga
way.
or the anime?
That's in the anime.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But
Did he?
I mean, it
did
is
he turn into the Rasen Shuriken with the properties of a Rasen Shuriken, or did he just turn into the image of one? Because if he turned into with the properties, we got problems.
I mean, it's a blade, One Smart. They use the kunais for more than just... They use it to cut things and stab things. It's not just a throwing weapon.
Yeah, turning one finger and walk as you're walking by somebody just. There's no evidence, no nothing. It's just a question of if they can. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh, it's stupid or not, because there is ways that this can be implemented in the story. These are a bunch of ninjas. Mm-hmm. So it's not just turning your arm into a blade. It's turning your arms into any number of things that could be helpful at that point.
Clearly a callback to this. That sort of thing doesn't happen very often. I'm fairly certain that there are instances of people transforming into objects later on in the series, but I don't think there's as much focus placed on it as there was here, because this was supposed to be a super cool hype moment. But I mean, just stuff like that is like omnipresent throughout this arc. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff that gets you really hype, and I guess that's true of like everything else in the series. But you know, like when Naruto first starts using the Nine Tails chakra, when he beats Mizuki, when they outsmart Zabuza, when Kakashi first uses the Water Dragon Jutsu, like all that stuff is really...
The Water Dragon Jutsu, I don't think that's a very hype moment, because it's just somebody and they're going, this is a high level technique. You have nothing to really bounce off of that, because Sasuke does a basic Fireball Jutsu, and Kakashi's like, you shouldn't know that. Now it's the Water Dragon, and this is something that's even better. And we're just told that it's even better. We don't see the effects of it because it's two water dragons clashing. So it's
this
just
is like the third technique we see in the entire series. And it's like, oh my God, it's a high level technique. And by 2 arcs later, we're just like, that water dragon would get done up.
I could turn it to a bullet. They could turn like a piece of their arm into a string and then go underneath the door and unlock it. Yeah, something like that.
Cool. And I think that the arc is kind of misleading, which isn't its fault. It's the fault of the rest of the series. But you get this idea that they're going to be going on missions regularly and that they're going to be traveling to all these different parts of the world. But then you find out that they're just like defending the Leaf Village for 90% of the show. And then I guess they travel to other areas of the world in the Fourth War, but it's just to fight people that they've already fought before. Just,
they don't really feel like quote unquote ninjas. There's this mission. There's technically the rescue Sasuke is a mission,
but it's pertaining to them.
Yeah, he would have went there even if it wasn't a mission. And like we said, what exactly does a Chuunin grant you in the world of Naruto? just like more responsibilities.
I think there was an old interview or something where Kishimoto wanted a couple more missions, but
it was just like, hurry it up. We got
the editor was like, let's get to like a tournament arc or something that showcases the ninjas fighting each other.
and that's where filler comes from. We need to finish at least one Last of Us 21 in our lifetime. It's not doable, I'd say.
I think it'd be doable, but it would be painful. And it'd be over time. We couldn't do it in one sitting. I think not in one sitting is impossible.
Puppet users
Really?
use chakra threads. Yeah, that doesn't really address my point.
They go on 3 missions and then it's Akatsuki for the rest of the show.
It's crazy. Like, what is different about Sakura and Shippuden now that she's a Chuunin?
Chuunin can
just some-
lead missions, but how often have we seen that implemented? Like, we saw it with Shika leading the Rescue Sasuke mission.
But they went, Kakashi's out, we need a new Jonin.
Or Madara, who could pretty much destroy the Akatsuki easily, no problem.
That aside, I was also going to say the war also introduces some new characters, but none of them are as memorable as like Zabuza and Haku. So I think that
Hey, there was Ginkaku and Schminkaku in the war.
yeah, you're right. Person who beat Tobirama number 1 and person who beat Tobirama number 2 did make their
There we go.
appearances in the war arc, but
And they
Here's why they're not as memorable. This arc focuses directly on those two as the antagonists. Those 2 characters you named are just 2 antagonists in a sea of antagonists.
You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say!
I guess I have nothing to say.
They come up, they get beat by, I think they got beat by Darui, and that's it.
I do recall Naruto partially transforming with
Zaldonic
sexy
says-
jutsu.
Hey, how did Sasuke survive Haku's attack? He has about 7 needles in his neck.
Yeah, we're not talking about
Haku's very good at only doing it to make you look like you're knocked out, and
Dead.
he takes account of how you are moving. So not only if it was just like ping, 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 that'd be one thing, but it's like, okay, you're moving in this direction, so I do it right here and it's good. Don't think about it. Move on.
I do recall Naruto partially transforming with sexy jutsu on his head with Konohamaru very early in the series, so partially transforming into a blade should be possible. I don't necessarily remember that, but it could be possible.
almost beat Inoshika Cho too.
Well, yeah, but King Ku lost. But going back to the Zabuza arc. I think that this precedent it sets for exploration and for like the introduction of all these new, cool, crazy, powerful characters is great. And I think it gives the show or the manga, depending on how you digested Naruto, it gives it a good foundation. And I mean, like the only problem is that the show doesn't really follow up on that. Like they don't go to any other places where there are just like regular village people and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
don't think, and I also don't think that this village is interesting enough.
To have like 2 or 3 more
it's
versions
just
of this.
A poor village overrun by a crime lord.
With like 2 or 3 characters we basically interact with, and everybody else is just in the background. Hey, we're here too.
Some like actual problems like that don't have anything to do with anything outside this arc in particular are in the anime. The animation is kind of poop in some places just because the budget wasn't super high because Naruto was still kind of experimental. They weren't sure how successful it was going to be. There's also just some like weird stuff and like really cheesy moments and lines, but like for the most part the arc's really good.
Like what? What's the weird stuff? What's the cheesy lines?
Yeah, you should really explore some of those. You can't just throw these types of things out. He's talking as if the manga went into depth about other places.
Yeah, even still, like the Cloud Village. What do we know about the Cloud Village? It's just kind of there.
Did you put cock
I'm
when
so
you
tired
meant
of this
cook?
stupid shit. Yeah,
I
and it's
mean-
funny you mentioned about how it sets a precedent for the series that it'll be about ninjas going on ninja
Yeah.
missions, and that really doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But while I do agree with what you're saying, I kind of understand that as this is your normal cliche ninja life. It sets your
That's
mind
true.
as to what what do these ninjas do? What are these ninjas' missions like?
But then we don't get any more of that. And in fact, by the time we start this mission, Naruto complains about having gone on like 3 or 4 baby missions, and we see the cat thing. This is not an ordinary mission. It was just a transport mission, and then it turns into something a lot bigger.
I think it was. It started out as a B ranked mission, and it turned into like an S.
A C. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It jumped up several letters.
That's covered in filler arcs. Every filler arc is one of these typical missions, but they don't enhance the narrative per se.
Of course, they're one filler arc, and 2, it's not about enhancing the narrative. It's about exploring the lives of the characters, the ninja, and the villages.
Any number of things can happen within a mission. Characters can grow. Characters can learn more abilities.
We could just learn more about the characters themselves. Not everything needs to be in service of the narrative. It's okay to just have a sit down, hey, let's talk about the curry of life bullshit.
Because this doesn't even really service the narrative.
Yeah, in the long run, what does this do for the quote-unquote narrative?
You could say that it influences Naruto and his ninja way, but what do we see of that with him coming back here just like ninjas shouldn't be tools, ninjas should live as they want to, when Kakashi is actively living as he wants to. So we have so few ninjas who are just hard ninja tools. We got the Anbu, but they're all just nameless, faceless people. We don't know how they think. We don't know how they feel. We don't know about any of the other villages, how they feel about the Anbu and how they feel about them. Just because that's people's brothers, sons, all this stuff, just being cold, faceless robots. And do they just take off the mask and turn it off, and then they're just, hey, I'm just normal? And then they just go back, put on the mask, and now we don't know enough about, we got that one chick who was just like in front of the grave. But why again, that's not a ninja tool. What? She's mourning somebody. So this whole ninja tool thing just kind of dies. So what did this arc do? It was good for the characters,
the Chuunin exams and the Tsunade arc and Sasuke retrieval, that's all fully narrative based.
Yeah. Well, see, this is also an
Silverheart
example
Soul
of...
says, so, questions. How is everyone taking the completionist drama? I think he was being stupid, but he's being extra threatening to sue people for uncovering his fuck up.
Carl put out a new video yesterday or the day before, and it's a bad look for him. And then Carl put out more of the Discord call, and it's a horrible look for the completionist. Yeah. It's over for that boy. He's probably going to go away.
Banned. Gone. Forever.
He's probably going to go away for about 6 months, come back, not do anything with charity, just do a bunch of gameplay stuff, that type of stuff. And his career is going to be his career, whatever that is now. Whatever Blair, the Illuminati, whatever her career is, you can kind of see that for Gerard moving forward. What, to scam people? There's nothing to learn from them. I don't scam anyone.
Sasuke retrieval, that's all fully narrative based.
Yeah. Well, see, this is also an example of a mission going wrong. This isn't necessarily normal. It's definitely not normal for a bunch of genin to be embarking on a mission where the person they're supposed to be protecting is being attacked by like Chuunin and Jonin and like rogue ninja who have attempted to assassinate Kage before. Like, this is definitely...
To be fair, though, I don't think that we want to watch Naruto walking dogs for like 80 episodes.
Oh, of course.
You don't need to do it for 80 episodes, but I would love Naruto walking a dog for 2 episodes.
You've set up the premise of ninjas go on missions. These are genins. Genin takes baby missions, and you do nothing with that.
Let's see some of those baby missions.
Naruto is right next to Sakura and Kakashi going to go get Gaara. He's a genin going against the Akatsuki. It don't matter. Once Pain rocks up on the village, you think they're just like, all right, genins, stay back? Konohamaru's on the front line doing Rasengans.
It's not, and we also don't want to watch them fighting like other genin because then Kakashi would just like slaughter them. So, like, I get it, and I think that the arc it does a really good job taking into account the power of every member of the main cast and all of the antagonists.
But it doesn't. Sakura does nothing.
And Naruto just kind of wigs out. And then it's just like, all right, well, I guess I win.
And we talked about it in one of these
What's up,
Naruto
Predator?
videos about how stupid the actual Shuriken plan was. Because Zaba could have just taken it and just like, ow, but still held it. Even the plan itself doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But it worked out.
Setting up what the world is like, the sort of stuff that you can expect from the world. And I just think that it would have been cool if we could have gotten more stuff like this from Naruto, but I get why it went
That
in a
word
different
filler.
direction. Yeah, the filler all sucks, dude. I don't like any of it. I mean, there's
But it's
so
still
much
filler.
good
They're just
filler.
poorly written.
What is
intermissions.
up with this editing?
I think he's trying to keep it under 5 seconds, so for the copyright stuff. So he's just going to a bunch of random different episodes every 5 to 7 seconds. Just to not get done up.
If Haku wasn't holding him back, he would have killed both Naruto and Sasuke. Yeah, Zabuza was just like, yeah, he's stronger than both of us.
And now he's dead.
Banned,
etc., etc.
Gone forever.
There's some okay filler sometimes, but generally it's all really bad.
And then you have Ino dressing up as a princess.
R.
Yeah,
Aries Queen
The
says,
best.
that Kunai was
Try
pretty
not
sharp,
to-
remember? DA.
Yeah, but he had it. We remember going back. I remember going back and looking at it, but he had his sword on his back, so he could have just sort of angled it and then just bing.
Then you have Ino dressing up as a princess.
Yeah, the best.
And the try not to laugh challenge over a corpse.
Anyway, I think that's all I really have to.
It sounds like Swagkage is really trying to keep the discussion to Naruto.
Yes.
And it sounds like Nux just kind of wants to complain stuff like filler.
Yeah,
It's not a good
it's not
dynamic.
a good combination.
Say about the Zabuza. Oh, well, also, real quick, Zabuza and Haku are, I think they started the trend of every villain in the series being incredibly memorable. Like, them in
And
particular,
turning
everybody
good
knows them.
because
yeah.
of Talk No Jutsu.
I
mean,
don't
Naruto's-
think. I'm trying to count the Sound 4 as memorable. Big Guy was not. Fluke Girl, she had a foul mouth, so that's fine. I don't remember anything about Spider Guy other than he was tactical. Sakana Ukon, holy crap! Jerobo's gonna kill me. No.
Right?
And Kimimaru,
Be safe out there, so.
Kimimaru was he just had AIDS and he was loyal. I don't think that they are necessarily memorable at all. And they were big fights for art. And you could just go the villains when you talk about the main like arc villains.
Yeah.
But the main arc villain of that was Sasuke. And the Sound 4, they got plenty of screen time. They got chapters and chapters of their fight. And I don't think that they're memorable.
Here's the thing,
My
though.
source is that I made it the fuck up.
Here's the thing, though. What's not a memorable villain? What series can you go to and go, even 70% of the villains are not memorable? That's not a good, that's not a worthwhile thing to say.
Your
because-
series always got your Kriegs.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah. You got Gata and Oro. And then you got the Sound 4. Oh, I guess Kabuto. Mm-hmm. But what is Kabuto but like just conniving?
Talk No Jutsu with Zabuza was actually...
He had an okay backstory until they were just like, no, but he's an alien as well. He's an alien, part of
it
the
pulls
alien
on your
clan.
heartstrings.
Naruto's Talk No Jutsu in general was pretty cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I
think
think
that
here-
it became a meme because it just happened so frequently. But in general, I kind of did like it on the individual level.
There's some that really pissed me off, but this one I didn't have any
Except for
problems
Obito.
with.
He shouldn't have such a good understanding of people.
Yes. Especially since he's grown up alone and not really interacted with people. Because, never forget, he was ready to commit sexual assault on Sakura.
So yeah, the Talk No Jutsu, the early stuff, Gata's fine because he's just like, I understand what you went through. it's essentially the same. Or I have I hope to understand. I have understanding because you didn't say anything. So maybe this is what you went through.
Stupid shit.
Yeah, Obito's was really stupid, but Zabuza's talk no jutsu defeat was fine. Like, he starts crying because he finally starts to understand Haku, and it's like, it's fine. It's a touching character moment for him, and then he just goes out like a goon and takes out all of Gato's henchmen. But yeah, no, that is all I have to say about the arc. So if you want to add anything else, feel free. And then we can move on to the Chuunin exams.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I love how they developed the main cast and the villains, and went to show that even these villains, they kind of have their own lives as well. They're not just hitmen that live to kill. I don't know. I feel like it enhances.
But again, that's what series doesn't do that. What series doesn't have a villain that's just a henchman? They all have their own story. That's why they're there.
That 20 episode stupid arc that doesn't really.
It's easy to understand others when they're in your cardboard copies, I guess. Hey, this is what I went through and you went through it as well, so get over it, because I
understand, and
Dang.
you should understand.
You right.
I don't know. I feel like it enhances the world. That 20 episode stupid arc that doesn't really affect anything else, directly. Yeah. I do feel like it enhanced our perspective of the whole ninja world. And
so you were cool with it not affecting the narrative.
Says, Hand Demon is not memorable, and neither is Swamp Demon, Ball Girl, or Arrow Dude, or Drum Demon, or most of the villains in Demon Slayer.
I would give Ball Girl some.
She was sadistic.
I can't remember much about Arrow Dude.
He was just kind of calm. I don't remember much about Arrow Guy.
Drum Demon, I remember what he wanted.
We have to sit down and just go, what does it mean to be memorable? Are we remembering their traits? Are we remembering their actions? What are we talking about? How many traits do you need to be memorable? How long can you talk about them? Can you talk about them for more than 5 sentences without mentioning their design? Something like that. I don't think that they're necessarily memorable because, like I said, I can't think of too many traits that they have. Their actions are impactful, but as villains, that's basically what you're there to do.
I mean, Talk no Jutsu kind of works in real life with hostage negotiators.
An amazing starting.
Yeah, but they're trained to.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying the key. It works.
Yeah, no, it absolutely works. But they're trained. They're briefed on here is this person. Here's how they got into this situation. There's a lot of briefing there, not
Suck
just
my dick. That's my request.
not
to
just
you.
suck my dick, and they're like, dang,
You fucking dog!
I need to change my
Nothing to
ways.
say.
Well, just to add on to your last point, it was also responsible for a lot of character growth. There's a lot of character development in this arc, despite how short it is, and without it, I don't think that the characters would have gone in the same direction.
Hey, why wouldn't the first arc develop the characters? Because we're going to be with these characters for a long time, so they should see some form of development. Character growth? Iffy.
Maybe it would have been a bit similar, but it definitely wouldn't have been like exactly the same. But
Of course, if you change the story in the beginning, it's not going to be the exact same throughout the rest of the story. If you give the characters slightly different motivations, they're not going to be the exact same characters.
out of 10, I'd probably give this arc like a 7.5 or an 8. It's pretty solid.
Ooh,
I really like it. I don't think it's the best in part 1 or
But
the best in the
you didn't
series.
really mention negatives. It would have been better if you wrote down a list of positives and negatives in order to have the conversation. Because you just go, yeah, there's some goofy moments.
And it set a framework that the rest of the series didn't follow of exploring other villages and going on missions and that type of thing.
But based on the conversation, I don't see how you could give it anything less than a 9.
As a whole, but it's definitely really good and it's easy to watch.
Yeah, I was thinking 7.5 or 8 as well. Pretty awesome. Next arc, the Chuunin exams.
The best one.
Do you want to?
The Chuunin exams is so f***ing overrated. It is not a good arc.
Yeah. There is, I don't know, for the written exam, I don't know if they were meant to ignore the obvious ones that are going on. Because 1010 somehow rigged up a bunch of mirrors. That reflects light. You of course see that. So do they just go, let them go because they've done something? But no, because they did kick somebody out for specifically cheating. So you're telling me they didn't see 10-10s in
Mirror, kunai reflection bush.
And how is it fair for somebody like a Sasuke?
Or a Gaara, where he's just like, I'm just gonna put my eyeball on somebody else.
Sakura was just like, I'm gonna just smart this out. But then you got Byakugan mugged. That's not, you're a very good ninja because you outthought how to cheat. That's just, well, you can see through this motherfucker. How is this cool? Come on now. And then but wait a second, I remember Kokoro goes to the bathroom with a puppet, and then he comes back and the proctor is just like, all right, if you're done with your puppet bush, sit back down. But he wasn't kicked out. So
Universal Instinct Goku, Angel Seed Goku,
Autonomous Dragon Force Goku.
Legend Waves is peak Naruto as far as I'm concerned. It's not even that good. Thank you for the super chat, Master Jinx.
And then the people, because it's just a mirror, so the people around Lee are just like, hey, wait a second, those are the answers. Sick. So, what did they prove? Shino got bugs. No, you know what? I'm not going to complain about Shino.
Kind of imagine that 10-10 only got docked 1 point for cheating because that is technically only one instance.
Triton A. Morris says, okay, but isn't that the point? If you're born good enough to win, then you'll go far as a ninja.
I'm on your ass.
But then
bitch.
the ones who
I'm on
aren't
your
have to work
ass.
harder. And
I feel like if you're born with the Byakugan, you should be judged harsher during that than someone that just has to rig up mirrors. I just kind of have to go, just what's the right angle?
Break this up, or you want to just kind of eat the whole thing in one shot?
No, come on, let's just
okay, you've caught
dive right
cheating
in.
5 times.
Let's crack everything open at once. The Chuunin exams is like, it's a massive arc where a whole bunch of shit happens. It is probably the most important arc in the series because so many characters.
For somebody like Kokoro, you just got all the answers. So what is this caught cheating more times? You can't be caught cheating.
Yeah, if you get all the answers at once and get caught
Suck my
cheating,
dick. That's my
You're
request to
done.
you.
no, you're not done because it's 5 instances of cheating.
You know what I'm saying? You're done. You got your answers.
Yeah, you're good.
5 is a little lenient.
So wait until, so all it has to do is, has to wait until somebody's like 95% done with their mind transfer with them, look at it, and then just go,
Hopefully
all right,
memorize it.
and then just go, all right, cool.
How she even rigged them up. Did she do it before the last?
Before the test. Sakura didn't need to demonstrate anything. She was smart. She knew the answers.
Yeah. So I guess that is a aspect of ninjadom that is cool.
Yeah, I would assume intelligence is needed.
Characters get introduced. So many crucial things happen. Like, if not for the Chuunin exams, then Sasuke wouldn't have left the village in the first place because we wouldn't have met Orochimaru. We wouldn't have met the future.
Yes. Other things happen because
Big things
this arc-
happen.
All right, let's talk about the things in the arc now.
Itachi was introduced in order to kidnap Naruto and kill him. He was introduced in this arc, absolutely, but he was introduced to do a thing that doesn't fit into his character for largely part of the series. Because you're taking away the biggest nuke that the village has, thus weakening them. You love the village, but you're taking away such a powerful aspect of it. Fishman.
Kisame?
Kisame was just like, I'll just cut off your legs and we'll just drag you there. And Itachi was just like, cool. So he's implicit in not only the kidnap of children and the weakening of the village, but the soul sucking of planned 9 other people. 8 other people, 9 including Naruto. So this doesn't fit into, again, this is another one of those future things. What was it? Why was he just like, yeah, I'll just go through with this? like, people argue, because this is another big argument in Naruto fan, because I know about all the debate stuff. People argue about Jiraiya versus Itachi, and they're just like, he could have beaten them, but it was just a whole big I don't want to weaken the village by taking out their huge. But you would take Naruto. That doesn't make sense based upon his character. So that type of stuff. Yes, this did happen. Yes, it was big. Yes, it was big that he trapped Kakashi in the Tsukuyomi for all that time. But even Kakashi questioned, like, why didn't he kill me? That doesn't make sense if you're trying to keep a low profile.
Says, I'm sorry, but how can people see Itachi as a hero with his actions?
It's crazy.
It's because he's the overall hero.
He's very strong. He's very cool. And his actions had a positive benefit in the end. He showcased, in his appearances, he showcased things that we have never seen. The evolution of the Mangekyo Sharingan, exploding shadow clones, Susanos, Amaterasu, stuff like that. He's showcasing this. So he's cool. He's memorable. But he's a piece of when you factor in the stuff that comes later.
Hokage, we wouldn't have met any of these important Genin characters. We wouldn't have got introduced to the 8 gates. All this other crazy
Don't talk about what the series would be without this arc. Just talk about what this arc does. Because in a 10-page arc, you can introduce the Genins and go on the mission with 2 of them, two sets of teams, and then get your introduction to them in the 8th gates and all that stuff. And you say that we're introduced to the 8 gates here. Lee uses them here and uses them maybe twice throughout the rest of the series. Guy uses them in his fights. Kakashi uses them once, and they're not mentioned for rank and file people. We don't know what it takes to learn the gates other than the fact that Lee learns it, and Kakashi considers him to be a genius because he got that far with it. But we don't know what it takes to do that. Clearly it doesn't take chakra, but what is the implementation of unlocking these gates? If you say that it's so very difficult, I would like to see what it takes to do that. Because in this first arc, they mentioned how difficult it is to unlock the Sharingan, such that only a few Uchiha have this. But then Sasuke just busts it out like 5 chapters later. His daughter, same age, busts it out.
Because the ends justify the means, right? Third Hokage.
Jesus. No, what? There was no plan there. He was just incompetent to a massive degree.
That's my request to you.
Anything that happened due to his actions are not because of him. They would have turned out better if he had intervened, but he didn't. Talk about the third. Talk about him.
What could you say about him?
Itachi doesn't always make the best choices, and he acknowledges that in the end. He hasn't made a single good choice.
Leaving Sasuke alive.
I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Cooked.
And it's all handled so well. I have a handful of problems with it, but for the most part, I think that it is just a spectacular arc. And I mean, I'm not sure whether I think it's the best one.
This man is 36 years old, rocking up into this Genin course. Come on now. He just left bodies just sitting on the outskirts of the forest. And
not even tried.
They just rocked up like this mother face is gone.
He would fail Hitman missions left, right, and center.
He couldn't even transform him into a worm or something.
Or to a tree, a log that got cut down or something.
Something. You know what? I don't think you can transform other people.
I don't know.
But yeah, he just sort of leaves them.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, it's me, 36-year-old Genin man. Like, Mom, if you ain't made it yet, you not gonna make it.
This is not the life for you. Keep catching cats.
The one theme that remained true at the end of series was the second Hokage was right for his racism.
He was 100% right. And I love his line where they just go, "Don't you hate Uchihas?" He goes, "That's not necessarily true. He hates the bad ones. It's just a coincidence that most of them are bad. All right? He's spitting. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because he was right. We don't have 50 Madaras out there. Not to the level of strength, but we got 50 muff that can just pop off their eyes and switch them with another one, and all of a sudden they're rewriting reality. Don't forget, a base Mangekyo Sharingan is to rewrite reality. Nah. Bored white.
Danzo has them in his arms just walking around. They can't exist.
My favorite arc, hands down.
Why didn't Oro do the eye transplant thing if Madara did it so easily? He wanted his whole body. You could say that he sees how the Sharingan reacts with Kakashi, where he can't turn it off.
And so, it laid him out early on.
It takes up a lot of chakra.
The Almighty Jew
Oro
Hansen
probably
says,
has a lot of chakra.
Tobirama begged Madara not to kill Sasuke.
Oh no.
Series.
I get that.
See, he's
power lines.
good. He's good. No. We're not thinking about that. But he's good. He's the best.
I can totally respect that, and it has what is I think everybody.
Daigo Knight made a terrible video claiming he was the worst Kage in his Tobirama rec comic.
We're not doing Daigo Knight. What if?
No,
dude.
I'm not.
Okay,
but
then.
I'm simply gonna check it out because he's slandering my mans.
I can totally respect that, and it has what is I think everybody can agree that they like Gaara versus Rock Lee. It's in everybody.
It gets worse.
Being a fan of one thing does not preclude you being truthful or your opinion being wrong in another thing. Are we stating wrong things?
Have we mentioned One Piece outside of Krieg is a bad villain?
An unmemorable villain.
That was
Top
my
five.
favorite fight for sure. That's
So-
top 5 fights in all of anime.
Yeah.
No, it's not. What did you
has-
say, Gaara Lee?
Yeah.
Dude.
It has a couple of hype moments. It has a good backstory, but I much prefer a back and forth fight than just a stomp and then you stomp and then I stomp and then you stomp
Alfonso
and then
Rodriguez
we do our
says,
big move.
DAX Tobirama fan art.
I would welcome it. If that's what it takes for the village, you know, if I gotta give up a little bit of booty, if that's what it's gonna be, he needs to be a better Hokage.
I couldn't name 8 fights I'd rather watch Lee Gaara over than Ippo fights.
Suck my dick. That's my request to you.
To say that it's top 5 in all of anime, when you've got stuff like Claymore, which apparently does very good fight scenes,
so
when you've got stuff like Airmaster, which does amazing fight scenes, when you've got stuff like Ippo, when you've got stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho, which has the emotional stuff, even if the fights are similar in their mechanics, it has a lot more of the emotional stuff. I wouldn't even call Lee Gaara the best fight in Naruto.
Yeah. Because like I said, it's just a beatdown into a beatdown. It's not even really thinking about anything, about how to get past these things. He goes up, okay, you got this sand defense. Let me drop my weights. And now he can get past that sand defense. And then he does a big move to finish him off. It doesn't work. He's weakened because he dropped the weights and opened a gate. And then he goes back to his flashback. He does his biggest move, and then he doesn't win.
I honestly believe Sakura, her first fight with the puppet dude in Sasori, and Shippuden is better than Lee Gaara. Honestly believe
There's
that.
back and forth. There's thinking about things. It's just, I can do this move, and now I'm going to do it. And that's, it breeds hype moments. But there's, like I said, there's just no back and forth, and that's what I would prefer. There's no thinking. There's just do the move.
Luis, if you think Enish Lobby is trash, whether for the entire arc or the fights, it means nothing to me. I don't think Lee Gaara is very good.
Yeah.
It has the hype moment of him taking off the weights and hitting Gaara, and then Gaara gets up, and then he starts unlocking gates, and then he gets his pass, and then he unlocks the final gate. That's essentially the fight. Kiba in Naruto was better than Lee Gaara.
In terms of an actual back and forth fight where both competitors had to think about things.
So I think that it is, personal preference aside, probably the best fight in the series, just because like especially when you're watching it for the first time and you have no idea who Lee and Gaara really are.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not thinking as my 14, 15-year-old self. I'm dating myself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about that right now. Because
bitch! Your ass!
oh, that's what this pose is. But I'm not thinking about it like that, because if I did, DBZ would be a lot better in my eyes.
Yes.
The whole of Naruto, save for most of Shippuden, would be better in my eyes because I read it thinking about, wow, the first time that I read this. No, you can have those, but it's not going to weigh into my critique about what the fight is.
Just so great, and it lets you know that you can get invested into the struggles of side characters as well, not just the main characters.
Yeah, how much have you consumed, my guy?
Yeah, what series is just the main characters? Kana in Fairy Tail has a whole arc where she's just like, I want to prove myself to my dad. Oh, no, I forgot Fairy Tail is the main character. Nux said that.
I mean, again, we're looking at Ippo right now. It's a side character of a side character about to go into one of the biggest fights in the series. Best fight in Flame of Record tournament arc. Thank you for the super chat, Z-Man.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Flame of Record clears, by the way. Clears Naruto fight.
I love Domon's last fight in the finals. I love it. I'm a dumb Domo fan. He's great.
This one's for you.
Indeed it is. Morph. Just that realization of I have to come back. My memories are fading. How do I get past this steel? I love that fight. I saw Deck going dating myself, DA incest fanfic. I wouldn't date myself. I'm annoying.
As well, not just the main characters. And I mean, Gaara versus Lee isn't the only great fight either. You have like Shikamaru versus Tamari. I
was about to say.
I think Sasuke versus. I think every time Sasuke's on screen in the Chuunin exams, it gets really tense and interesting. Generally, anyway. I mean, like that's not
Why. What causes that?
Yeah.
Or is it future knowledge and you can look back and go, oh, that was always...
Because his fight in the Chuunin exam, was that a guy that was stretchy or a guy that could steal chakra? I think it was both.
Maybe?
I don't remember. But what did he do? He kicked him up and then he kicked him down when he just like, I can't use my chakra. I don't remember that fight. Maybe it was good.
I think the curse mark was affecting.
Yeah, no, he couldn't use his chakra, so it was just like, don't use your chakra out there. So he's just like, all right, I can put the hands to him.
Chuunin exams is like a 7.
Get out of here, Corey. What are you talking about? Go to work.
always the case, but he's typically
King's Game.
King's Game is horrible. Nobody read King's Game.
Yeah, Oro was intimidating when he rocks up against Kakashi, and Kakashi's just like, what was I even thinking trying to go up against him?
I'm cooked.
I better leave in this room or I'm cooked.
big flashy moments like his fight with Gaara, his fight with Yoroi, the guy who can absorb chakra, like in the preliminaries, was pretty cool, even though it was only a couple of attacks. And it was also set up with like the restriction of him not being able to use the Sharingan in mind, and he just uses it anyway, so it's kind of dumb, but I think that's cool.
Okay, is it so cool that it overcomes the dumbness? And if that's the case,
or is
why
it so dumb that it affects what it could
overall
be? Coolness.
Why introduce the restriction if you're just gonna break it without an issue?
That is great.
Exclamation TTS. It seems like is it lowercase for that to work?
That's all it is.
Yeah, you got to do it lowercase. Are we not going to talk about the dog barks? Here? Are dogs barking?
They always bark.
Yeah, we live in a hood.
Yeah, we live on one block is like a suburb, and on the next block is a hood.
But bunch of nice houses over there.
Dude!
Probably expensive.
Oh, definitely.
Sasuke's first opponent could absorb chakra and dislocate his lips to be flexible. Ew.
I mean,
Even
and then,
first revealing Kankuro.
King's Game intro is top 10 though.
Crazy.
This is the end.
There's almost never been a least deserving anime to receive an opening or ending. Fairy Tail is up there because Fairy Tail got bangers, including Merry-Go-Round.
Merry-Go-Round.
The best ending.
Top 3 ending in all of anime. King's Game is an easy 8 out of 10 of what?
Of what?
His power when he
Yeah.
fought, stretchy aroundy bendy wendy guy.
back when Kankuro was cool, and back when Tamari was the coolest. Tamari's still cool in Shippuden, but in part 1, she's just a legend. She just like wipes the floor with 10-10. So and then everything in the Forest of Death is great, and this is all without even mentioning the test at the beginning, which I think is brilliant.
That written exam is
They're moving too fast through things. The Forest of Death was good. It was cool. There are a lot of things happen in the Forest of Death there.
Lee Gara, one of the best fights in anime. Top 5 fight of anime.
We get
Move on. Kagero was never cool. Rock City Boy 10 out of 10. What are we doing here?
I love his pose when he goes up against Shino where the puppet is draped over him. That is the one that I used for his introduction in my Naruto AMV that is still up there if you can find it.
Don't say that, because they found,
Yeah,
they
they
somehow found your review.
Yeah.
series highlights for me. Everyone finding out a different way to cheat.
There's a lot of people that want to be
It's going
timed.
Also, that this will not all be big explosions. Whoever
Yeah.
has the bigger explosion will not necessarily win. There's a lot of tactics involved, and granted, in the
Who of the bigger explosion didn't win? I will say Shika with the first fight.
It depends on what you mean by the bigger explosion.
I'm
Because
saying the bigger power.
I was about to say Kiba can affect more of the area than Naruto can.
I'm talking the bigger power.
Yeah. It seems Sound 4. I'll say Sound.
I'm
4.
in the tuning exams.
Oh, tuning exam. Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah.
Neji.
Candy Hope says, everything in the Forest of Death is great. Even Enko being Orochimaru's apprentice and then only being in 3 chapters.
Oh, she's so useless. She was the first. She got a cursed seal. She's just like, yeah, we about to both die. Nah, though. And then she just sort of shuffles along. Was she even in the pain arc? She's a special Jonin, so I guess she's not that strong.
What does that mean?
They have specialties within, like the scarred up man. He's a special Jonin because he specializes in interrogations. He's not necessarily Jonin level, but he has Jonin level abilities, such like as torturing.
kind of don't.
I think anybody can be good at that.
There might be a fine line between torturing enough to keep them alive for as long as possible, and then they might give up the information. Because me, I just stab them in the liver, just like, give it, and then it's just dead. Like, oh no, resurrect him. That's a jutsu.
So much.
Yeah.
But it does exist in the ninja world, and I love the tuning exams for every bit it had. I
I
like
know.
how Orochimaru intervened into the Forest of Death, and
Yeah.
I thought there was
It's
like a whole
dumb because we have people who can factually sense chakra. They
And
say
they're not like, hold on. That person's chakra is a little. This is a
Karen-
Star Wars thing.
Yeah, where they just go, well, sir, you clearly have 18 million midichlorians. We're not playing here. I can sense you. But, Karen later just goes, Sasuke's chakra feels a lot more cold. So there's even a feeling, not even like a presence of this mob got a billion chakra. There's a feeling of there's menace and malice in this person's chakra. And there's nothing there.
That's my request to you.
The dumb Harry Potter has a waterfall that washes off transformations. They've got nothing? This was never a thought in anybody's mind. They never went, hey, somebody's daddy who's a Jonin could transform into their child and then just take the test and beat it for their child, and then all of a sudden that child is a prodigy. They never thought anything like that. There's no checks and balances. There's no looking around the forest for 3 dead bodies.
I also want to note it that you said this wasn't going to be a 3-hour
Shut up! Suck my dick. That's my request to you. Oro's better at hiding it. You have to showcase that. That was never even an
People
introduction.
can hide their chakra?
Apparently. But you would have to show some checks and balances of somebody waving a wand around him and just going, and then it's just being a little bit of a blip, and then he's like, nope, you're good. But there's no introduction of anything to be like he's good at this. We just have to assume that he's good at this based on nothing.
There are no scams here.
Within the greater Chuunin exams, where that Naruto and Sasuke have to actually manage, to surpass somehow.
Well, I mean, like when Orochimaru is introduced, he's basically a god,
Suck my
right? Like he
dick.
can do
That's
all
my
this
request
crazy,
to you.
weird shit that you wouldn't expect to be possible with chakra. Like he can change his appearance after like stealing somebody's body, and he can like give people these marks that power him up, and he can revive the dead, and he's like unstoppable. And you get this feeling that the entire series is going to be working towards surpassing him, and like he's probably not. It's not, but he's one of the best antagonists that we've ever gotten, just because he's so creepy and like scary and like powerful. And like every time, like he had so much presence in part 1. Like everything was about Orochimaru. Like it was every time you heard.
Says, is a good thing the third Hokage never met the other Kage before the exam, so Orochi could just sit next to him for close to 3 hours.
3 hours without noticing that he is a million snakes.
Go ahead. Oh, well, I was just gonna say that every time you heard Orochimaru's name, like you knew that things were serious, and like you associated him with, okay, well, something bad's about to happen.
Sure, I'll accept that. But then you have Oro just going, Muff and Itachi, though.
I don't know.
So then you have a whole nother cliff of power here. Because
and then Itachi's just a member of the thing.
Of the group of people who are presumably equal strength to him.
And there's a main guy there. And then that's not even the final boss.
Not a whole lot of villains, just like
the editing is. I'm not even looking at it anymore.
I mean, like there are plenty of villains in fiction that accomplish this, but Orochimaru is an example of them.
Because that whole attack on the leaf was all Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Sand Village was being manipulated by him, and how he infiltrated. It was all this one guy that made this massive dent in the Leaf Village.
Yeah, and it wasn't as convoluted as Madara's plan either. Like as much as I love Madara, I get why people criticize his like really crazy multi-year plan. And Orochimaru, like, I mean, not only did he just do it for shits and giggles, which is like, it's a pretty easy to digest motive, but he also like you're given a clear set of like you're given clear steps or a clear explanation of the steps he took to make it all happen, and it's like it's really easy to follow, and you get.
But he just lured the Hokage of the sand into a pit and killed
Dark
him.
alley. Hey, come over here for a second, fam.
And then he just stole his face. And then he covered his face for the entirety of the. Why steal his face?
And then he just went, hey, they're the baddies. Let's get them.
But yeah, you go, it makes sense, but he goes, what does he do to convince the sand? Because he doesn't have a quote unquote village. The village of the sound is a made up village. He doesn't have any military force behind him. He has the fact that he's Oro, but could you just be like, well, why do you need us if you're Oro? Why do you need us to destroy the...
You're saying for the sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he would need... Probably just for the distraction of it, so he could kill the third Hokage.
But if the Anbu couldn't get past the big thing, could somebody like Kakashi?
And you're just like, oh, okay, so this guy's smart, and he's also really strong, and he's also insane. So, just, well, fuck. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, so my...
Why steal his face when transformation jutsu exists? Also, it doesn't make sense in the war because the Kazekage is strong as hell and has gold sand, so how did Oro beat
What did he do?
This dude natural habitat.
Come on Now they were crapping their pants once he rocked up. But then Oro's just stabbing him in a hole. and we're just like, yeah, Rip got his dad. We're never mentioning this again. But God is now the Hokage, and we don't know how the village feels about that, but they do.
Oh, yeah. So kind of as you were saying, I like how the Chuunin exams, it gave you a fear for the world of Naruto.
Yeah.
I'll give you a stupid example. Lee was about to get killed by Gaara, and in an instant, guy shows up there.
That's my request to you.
Stupid example. Lee was about to get killed by Gaara, and in an instant, guy shows up there and like brushes away the sand.
Yeah.
Or like Neji's fighting Hinata, and then in middle of the fight, Neji's about to, do too much damage to Hinata, and 3 Jonin were on the scene immediately. It gave you such an awe of like, oh wow, this is a high-level ninja.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
Orochimaru.
Are
This
they
is
high-level ninjas, or are these just low-level ninjas? Because what does Kurenai do? She is feetless.
On top of that, Lee himself was kicking away Gaara's sand. So it's not like it was some high-level thing to block his sand.
the outside world has to offer. We know nothing, and there's infinite shiz out there that we're gonna learn about. And
But that's every series that expands. If it's not just contained, and even if it's contained into a place like JoJo's Part 4, you realize, oh, there's so much more bush out there.
And you're just like, oh my goodness, these 3 Jonin stopped the Genin, but one of them Jonin was just crapping their pants over Oro.
Exactly.
Dutch
great
says,
side.
Iruma shows the gap between the adults and the kids better. That was the entire point of Heartbreakers.
Oh, it's so good.
Characters. I
But
felt like
Iruma is good. That's the big difference. Iruma shows people, hey, these are your abilities. Kurenai is shown as the genjutsu user in the village. The best. She does 1 genjutsu the entire series, and it is instantly countered.
the story was fully
She's
fleshed out.
worthless. Because she's a woman. For obvious reasons.
Felt like his feud with Neji about natural talent versus hard work. I thought that was a great theme that the series honestly.
Absolutely. Natural talent versus hard work. Good thing you have this fox within you that unleashes your chakra and
It's
goes
a
past his
snare.
natural talent. His natural talent means nothing because he can't shut down your chakra nodes anymore. So now what? So now there's nothing in this theme because he overcame it not through hard work, but by pulling out a gun and shooting him. That's the difference here. He did not take out
Plus the Uzumaki bloodline.
plus the Uzumaki bloodline.
With the super chakra.
But take out the fox stuff and you have the explosion as he tries to turn and then he digs under and does the uppercut. That's hard work versus talent. But with the fox stuff, he should not be able to move. So that theme means nothing because he did not overcome his talent through hard work. Unless that was the point of the theme, to just be like, no, but sometimes talent just wins. Or you just have to pull out a gun and just shoot the mother. You just have to have something other than your hard work as well.
Yes.
You have to have your own, not necessarily a natural talent, but a natural ability that puts you above everyone else in this village. Once you get trained up enough.
May have been able to stick more to it in itself. Is my favorite
Juicing,
arc.
exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, may have been able to stick more to it in itself is my favorite arc, absolutely. And it had Jiraiya.
Yeah, I was about to say it introduced Jiraiya.
Jiraiya has, there's so many problems with Jiraiya outside. Again, we talked about it so many times. He never visited the village, not once to just go, hey, how is Naruto, my godson, doing? The nuke of the village.
From poking Hinata's forehead, but Gaara was out there crippling Rock Lee and only guy showed up.
Because she was like the princess of one of the head houses of there. Rock Lee is just some dude.
You know why? Because it was for that moment. You couldn't have 8 people out there in order to have that guy moment. So that's what happened there. Holy crap, I didn't even think about that. That don't make sense, but it has to make sense just for that moment. It's not as impactful if Kurenai is just standing right next to Did Asuma help with the Neji thing?
I don't remember.
Asuma, you better have helped.
I think there were like 2 people that were still up in the rafters.
Oh no, Asuma. Asuma, you bum! He didn't! What are you doing? Hey, my problem. That's a Uchiha business down there. Get him! I was smoking. I
was lighting up.
This is my last cigarette. I can't just teleportation dissipates the cigarette. ... or something.
My favorite arc, absolutely. And it had Jiraiya!
Yeah, I was about to say, it introduced Jiraiya. It also introduced
He
Gaara,
wasn't there?
who's,
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, inarguably one of the best characters in the series. And,
No.
I mean, like, well, what you were saying about, like, us not really being prepared for anything, us not knowing anything. I mean, you got the feeling that you didn't really know much about the world in the Land of Waves, but I don't think you thought about it. And I don't think anybody really considered the sort of scale.
I think that you're forced to think about it within the Land of the Waves because Zabuza is just like, I tried to assassinate my Kage and my level, my village's version of the Anbu had to try to stop me. So you just go, okay, so other villages have a similar structure than ours. Mm-hmm. And then you have to just go, he's one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, so there's other ninja swordsmen as well. Anything that you introduce within a series pulls it back and just go, oh, anything new to the series pulls it back and just go, okay, so there's mist techniques like this. We've already seen a fire.
Bloodline technique.
Yeah. Is there an earth technique out there? Oh, wait, they had already did an earth technique.
That a world like this could have. And then Kishimoto was just like, well, I mean, you know, here you go. He was like, you know, you thought Zabuza was strong, here's Gaara, here's Orochimaru.
Yes, people got stronger, and I think most of the Chuunin could probably beat Gaara. Most of them.
We don't have any Chuunins that we can point to.
I didn't mean Chuunins, I meant Jonins.
Okay, I'm about to say this is very much of the Demon Slayer issue where we got what is his name? Iruka, who is a Chuunin. And what other Chuunin do we have? The daddies of Ino, Shiga, and Cho are Jonins. Where were they? They were there in the fights. I remember they had moments.
There's Orochimaru, just to name like a couple of characters, and you know, you think that you've watched like Naruto and Sasuke and I guess Sakura, but not really, grow stronger and prepare themselves for more threats. Like you think that they're like top of the food chain now that they've completed an A-rank mission.
No, who would think that?
I think that frame 1 of a series, 2nd arc essentially, going, well, our main characters are just the strongest in the world now.
I don't think Sasuke could have beaten Zabuza at the end of this arc. I don't think he could have beaten him at the end of the Chuunin exams arc.
I don't know if Sasuke could have beat Haku.
So who's thinking that they're the top of the food chain because they survived? When Sasuke basically didn't survive, he should have been dead. And
it was the grace of Haku that allowed him to live.
And Naruto, Haku gave up.
But then you find out about somebody like Gaara, who goes through the entire Forest of Death without a scratch when Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura have to fight tooth and nail to do the same thing. Or, you know, you see Lee open up the 5th gate and just, like, clobber the same guy. And then you see, like, Orochimaru doing all of his crazy nonsense. And you're just like, wow, they're really nothing compared to all of these other people.
Yes, that's the way it works with power scaling. That's a series. And it's been noted that Swagkage does not watch a lot of other series, has not consumed a lot of anime. But if you had, you would recognize that this is not a point of praise. It's just doing stuff within a story that happens in stories. Fighting gimmick. All the points were reset when I changed hard drives.
Iruka should have been in the manga more. He was Naruto's father figure. He definitely should have.
They've got so much work they have to do. And, you know, it's so cool. And, you know, even when they make it to the final rounds of the Chuunin exams, you feel like, okay, yeah, like, you know, they've made it far, but they still have so much to work towards.
I don't think he grew giant during the giant snake. I think that was in the war arc.
Who? What?
Chochi's dad. I think that was in the war.
No, he did it in the Chuunin exam.
Okay.
I remember, Shikacho being in the village and them standing there all cool, like, and Choji's dad was big.
Okay.
They barely scratched the tip of the icebergs as far as their potential and just like the general potential of a ninja in this world. It's like it's a really cool dynamic, and it gets you excited for the things to come. And then it also comes with all the great fights that I mentioned earlier. It's just great. And don't even get me started on
food
Orochimaru
pills. I forgot about food pills.
How could you forget? They're the rations of the ninja.
Just introduce these things and just do basically nothing with them.
Hiruzen and Naruto versus Gaara, both fucking fantastic
That
fights.
was an insane climax because
I know.
it got to teach you more about who Naruto is and who Gaara will become, and it gave Sasuke.
How did it teach you who Gaara would become? He just went, hey, stop killing people and be cool. And he stopped killing people and was cool because Naruto was just like, yeah, there's another way.
Bone for Naruto as well, seeing
Oh,
that,
yeah.
wow, Naruto actually may have surpassed me to some extent. There was
No,
character
no,
development
Sasuke-
seeping from every moment of this arc.
No, Sasuke didn't think Naruto may have surpassed him. He just flat out had to accept that he was left in the dust when Naruto summoned Gamabunta. He flat out says, like, what kind of fight is this when Gamabunta...
It's not... Surely they would have had a conversation later in the time. Just be like, I trained with a Sannin, somebody who Kakashi was afraid of. I trained with somebody on that level. This is a summoning technique. Anybody can do it with the right scroll or something or whatever. Not really a hard thing. It just takes a lot of chakra. Good thing I have a lot of chakra. The Gamabunta thing doesn't speak to Naruto's ability. He was given the summoning technique. He had to work to actually summon it. But it was just pump up a lot of chakra into this thing and summon a big thing. This isn't like doing the Chidori. I gotta learn to work towards the Chidori. No, I put my hand down and a big frog comes out. The random clips are horrible.
Shoots out, like, a little baby water jutsu, and Shukaku responds with a wind jutsu, and it creates this gigantic rainstorm that just consumes the whole forest. And like Sasuke just gets like, wow, like I'm fucking nothing compared to this kid. And just a few days ago, he was a dork. Like, what's going on?
And not to mention, he walks in now with Chidori.
Yeah.
And
What a cool
Naruto
moment.
still surpassed him like crazy.
I know. It's great. There's just all this one-upsmanship, but you never feel like it isn't earned, Like when Naruto summons Gamabunta. I mean, at this point, you just root for him because he's an underdog. And
what's the problem? When he summons the giant frog, such that a member of the Uchiha race, and make no mistake, of the Konoha 12, Sasuke is wiping 9 of them easily. Rock Lee right now, there's definitely a fight because if we talk about Rock Lee, if he was theoretically not injured, because they've got equal speeds now. There's been, I've heard debates about that as well.
Of course you have.
But he's bored wiping on them muffs. If the Chuunin exam were to continue, he would easily be a Chuunin. So there's nothing to be, because this guy is cheating.
Never forget frame 1. Naruto is a cheater.
Does Sasuke know about the fox? He has to because the children know about the fox.
No, why wouldn't he?
So he must know. Oh, this guy just got...
In fact, I think in their first big fight, not on the rooftop, but in the valley, I think he even said, so that's the fox or something like that. It may have been his first time seeing it, but he definitely knows of it.
And, like, you want to see him succeed, and you feel like he's been working towards it, and you're just
Did he summon anything smaller in fights anymore?
She
Or
got
did
a
all
fat
become...
hand.
That's not a great draw. In when he did Sage mode, he had a bunch of, like, slightly above human-sized frogs.
I'm on your ass!
And when he summons Gamabunta successfully, and he just starts clobbering Gaara, you're like, yes, dude, you got it. Come on, keep going. You're rooting for him.
I don't always root.
But in that fight, Naruto's not doing anything until he transforms into the fox. He's not going, yeah, get him, Naruto. It's, hey, get him, frog that we've only seen once before.
Here's what they're using future knowledge to just go, hey, this is blah, 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 and in the future you get this and it's awesome and blah, 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 blah. But they're using current feelings for Naruto's underdoggedness like they don't understand the gifts he was given at essentially birth.
Naruto has Kurama Uzumaki chakra, and he's a reincarnation of Atra. Such an underdog, huh, Clyde? Ugh. Those two videos. Whew. Underdog, he literally called that giant toe with Kurama's chakra without it. Gaara was about to beat him. Easily. He just stomped on him, turned around to the village, did a big sand fart, and then it just been dead, as was the plan, because the Hokage is dead. Not like he could do anything against Shikaku anyway, because let's not forget, that mother on the screen is a bomb.
He disabled Orochimaru for a couple years.
But he couldn't finish the job.
Yeah, he's old. He lost the stuff.
Yeah, he sucks.
That's not the same thing.
They struggled for all that time, and he's just like, I can't even kill you, so I'll just get your arms. The monkey was right there. Couldn't do nothing. Get out of here.
In character. Like, in fact, I like Gaara as a character more than Naruto, but I still rooted for Naruto in that fight. I mean, I rooted for Todoroki against Deku. I rooted for Todoroki.
Yeah.
But I absolutely wanted Naruto to win, just because of...
Dutch says, Iruma is a better underdog and he doesn't even try, he can just dodge thanks to his idiot parents.
The underdog thing is just so frustrating because they're just going... I said this in a comment. I'm just like, if you want to talk about the terms of Naruto as a whole, absolutely he's an underdog. But after he gets the training with Jiraiya, he's stomping all of the Konoha 12. Even Shino. Yes, even Shino. Because Shino steals chakra, what does that matter? He's got darn near infinite chakra. As we see with the Neji thing. There's nobody that can go against him. He learns an S-rank jutsu, one that only 4 other people in the entire world up at the time knows. He's got the big frog. He's got the fox. He's got his Uzumaki chakra. He's got endless clones. After Jiraiya, there is no argument. Before it, you can make an argument. I won't hear it, but it can be made. After, no. And I don't know how much timeline-wise it is, but I feel like after the Toad stuff, it's half the series left. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Who knows?
Right, yeah. It's important in any fiction to
You don't consume enough fiction to say whatever you're about to say.
He could be spitting.
make sure your protagonist is not just winning the physical battle, but also the ideological battle that no doubt has to exist for two people to fight in the first place.
It does not need to exist for two people to fight in the first place. And Yuno and Asta fought. They love each other. They want the same things.
Yeah, it's, I mean, what the ideological battle of Dofi versus Luffy was freedom versus oppression, and just beating him saw off the oppression. There wasn't a changing of the mind of Dofi or anything. It was just, I'm gonna punch you till you fall. You don't necessarily need I'm gonna change your mind and I'm gonna beat you. Pigman is gonna get his day in court. Don't y'all worry about 4 months from now. Don't y'all worry about Pigman.
What happened in the last chapter of My Hero? I do not remember reading it.
Don't.
Oh no, it was the all for one stuff. Oh, the Bakugo!
Sasuke and the other kids didn't know Naruto had the fox. They thought something was off with him because of how their parents and the adults talked about him.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I remember nobody talked about him like, ugh, there's a fox. It was just, Naruto's annoying. Why are you still here, sir?
Granted, him crawling up to Gaara with his chin was a little wacky, but it was pretty cool.
I agree.
That's like the third time that something has been, insert thing here that makes it lesser, but still cool without an explanation.
But you're definitely on Naruto's side there, because like he and Gaara are two sides of the same coin, Naruto knows like
Especially
everything
because
Gaara's
it
been
kind
through.
of felt like Naruto had the legacy of Lee there as well.
Yeah.
Because until this point, Naruto is all hard work as opposed to natural talent. And
Yeah.
The legacy of Lee? Oh, you can transform other things. Because he transformed the toad into a fox.
Oh, yep. He totally did.
Oh, that makes a lot. Once you're transformed, can you break out of it?
Must you accept the transformation? Or can it be forced upon you?
If you have overwrite their chakra. But if you could just turn somebody into a cracker and just step on them, and then Oro's just dead.
You know what? I am completely wrong. I was thinking about them fighting each other in the tournament, but Asta...
What?
No! Did they fight each other in the tournament, or did Asta get eliminated before they got to fight? Yeah, that's what happened, because Real fought. But just put Yuno and Real. What's the indifference?
The legacy of Lee of underdog. Of hard work. Because Naruto is hard work. Never mind the 1,000 clones that he can do. And Hiruzen can pump out 3. And the Anbu were just like, he's killing himself with 2 clones.
Quick question for Because Reasons for the Naruto and My Hero Academia. Is it going to be a live stream or just a really long video? So here's what I'm going to start doing from now on for Because Reasons. They're all going to be live streams. But I'm going to start editing them down with clips of things we're talking about to make a
actual like structured
episode.
Because like with Demon Slayer, I wrote down a bunch of my issues and just went down the list. So you could just go, oh, Nezuko slept for 2 years, and then just pull the images of that and stuff.
Yeah. All of them will be live streamed and then eventually cut down.
They did a combined transformation Gamma had to allow it. Okay.
Yeah. Can transformation make a ninja stronger? Because the frog said he needed the fangs and claws. That's more just holding him down. I don't know necessarily if he's strong.
The frog couldn't do it himself, but needed a shared. That just raises further questions. It's fine.
Heroes that are like 90 years old, 3 clones is a blessing.
What can Kakashi do? Tell me Kakashi's busting out more than 3 clones. He ain't. Don't call his mother the professor. Don't call him the god of Shinobi. Don't hype him up like this if he's gonna get stabbed once and go into the belly of the Reaper.
So Sasuke didn't know until part 2. Oh, and Asuma was in the building.
Oh no. Okay, so Asuma's a mom.
The natural talent guy.
So, even still, why didn't Naruto explain
Cotton
that?
Candy Hope says, Gamma can't do hand sign, and we all know you can't do jutsu without hand signs.
Okay, I can accept that.
Naruto is all hard work as opposed to natural talent. And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was the natural talent guy that beat Lee in the past.
Yeah, there's so
There was
many
a real
reasons.
great fulfillment by the end of that arc.
And then
I feel no fulfillment in terms of the theme of hard work versus natural talent. Because is Gata even quote unquote natural talent? How is he more of a natural talent than Naruto? We don't know how much he trained for this. So you can't just be like, no, he's natural talent. Because he's not even natural talent, because he has a fox shoved up in him. Raccoon, sorry.
On the other hand, you just have Hiruzen versus Orochimaru, which is just balls to the wall nuts. Just like, yeah, this is what it's like when you're Hokage. You know, you think it's gonna be easy for Naruto?
Oh yeah, just pulling each other in a tug of war for like 3 chapters.
He did a Shuriken
My
Shadow
dick.
clone.
That's my request to you.
Whatever that was. He did like a mud fire thing. And then he died. This is like, oh, the Reaper. What?
Oh, the Reaper.
Did they ever plan to just go, hey, why don't we just Reaper over each other? You know what I'm saying? Just give him the old Yankee yank.
To get here, these people are summoning fucking forests, reviving people from the dead.
Roof tile shuriken.
Yeah, that was back when Kishimoto had.
Hard work versus natural talent is not the theme. I hate playing with gripes. We're not talking about playing with gripes. We're talking about what they said.
They literally just said hard work and natural it.
They said it was fulfilling to see the end of Gaara versus Naruto because it is the hard work versus talent.
Dude, they literally say in the series, hard work can overcome natural talent. Several times.
This isn't anything about what Plague said. This is what they said, and we're not bringing up anything that Plague said. We said that is it even natural talent for Gaara?
Because what is more natural from him that Naruto didn't get? The sand shield gore thing that acts automatically? But Naruto has the fox chakra.
Hadn't expected for mountain level attacks to become standard, but you know, it was Hiruzen was still cool.
And we know why Hiruzen was a great Hokage. He was the most economically effective leader of all time.
He's making a joke because he's saying that he just threw Naruto in a little apartment.
He threw one shuriken and turned it into 5 shuriken with
Oh,
the
yeah,
shadow
absolutely.
shuriken jutsu.
Well, here.
Okay, I understand making jokes.
We do it all the time.
But when you're praising a series, when you're going to end with a number grade, when all you've got is this was cool, I like this was
Judge
cool,
said,
and then a joke.
The sand guard wasn't the one tails, it was his mom.
No, I didn't say it was the one tail. I said, what does he have that's natural talent more so than Naruto? The sand shield, but Naruto has the fox chakra. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I said something.
Oh, shuriken.
Oh, yeah.
Shuriken. Jokes.
Yeah, you can make your jokes, but you aren't properly, you're giving your thoughts. That's understandable. But you're giving a number at the end of this, and I don't feel justified by the number that you're going to give this.
Hiruzen was also just generally a pretty chill, down to earth dude. I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
but I
same
mean,
here.
I don't, I don't want to.
I mean, this is the first real impact of death we've had in the series. You know, a lot of shows, characters don't.
Hiruzen was there for one fight. He couldn't smell Oro next to him for 6 hours.
The rotting corpse of a faced man.
He's said to be strong, but in that fight, I could not definitively say that he could beat Zabuza. And then he dies. I don't care about Hiruzen outside of my obvious bias for Hiruzen. I don't care about Hiruzen in the way that you're supposed to care about Hiruzen. Because you're just like, no, he sees all the village as his family. And then they flash back to stuff. We don't see none of this. We don't see
It's
him.
real Demon Slayer-esque.
Yeah.
You're at the end of your life and now.
It's retconning just like, nah, he was actually a father figure to everybody. He loved the village. So that's why he was just painting and watching Naruto? No, I don't care about this man. It's just somebody dying. It'd be like Asuma dying. I'd be like, oh, Asuma, no. When he died, I went, oh, that's kind of sucky. But he had a little more beef with Shika as well. He had a whole conversation. He had his whole
Jones said,
team.
Bad writing on Kishi's part.
I mean, you could just say that for the whole
You're
series.
fucking dull! You have nothing to say!
It's just that the heroes in praise always gets me.
Even fake jokey
he
praise.
doesn't deserve any praise. He did nothing impressive. And then he died.
Impact of death we've had in the series. You know, a lot of shows, characters don't die. Like, good guys just
Gone. Forever.
don't die, especially main-ish characters. And this is the grandpa that sort of raised Naruto his whole life, and he's a beast.
You can't say that. Number one, you can't just say, oh, people don't die in anime. Number two, he's the grandpa that kind of raised Naruto from a... Show that!
Naruto had spoiled milk in his fridge, dude.
He ain't raised...
What's being raised? Did he cook for Naruto? Did he ever cook for Naruto?
Naruto failed like 3 times. You can't say that he's the grandpa when this dude is the professor. He's the god of shinobi, but he's letting his nuke not become a ninja. He ain't douche.
Died.
Man, I don't think two characters just standing still, staring each other in the eye, going has been quite as intense ever before. But man, Hiruzen just like struggling to pull Orochimaru's soul out. Like,
Yeah, those
it had me on the edge of my
constipation
seat.
battles are something else.
It did not have me on the edge of my seat
No,
because
I
I don't
found it
know what it
boring.
takes to steal a soul.
I don't know what wheeled the soul back into Oro or out of soul Oro. Like, I don't know what they needed to do to fulfill my soul coming back.
Varia
So-
says, Naruto's apartment looks like Project 8 housing.
No! Get that boy on the stamps.
When I think about it, Naruto really should have died of food poisoning, if anything. Not with that fox around.
Malnutrition or something.
I know. And it kept cutting back to it in between Naruto's fight with Gaara. And like every time, even though barely any progress was made, I was always like, oh fuck, come on, Hiruzen.
It's just because of the stakes.
Yes.
You don't understand what's going on outside of he's trying to steal his soul, and Oro's like, nah, though.
And there's the good guy and there's the bad guy. So you're like, let's go good guy.
And there's a monkey, and Oro's pulling his magical levitating sword through the old man, and the monkey is stopping him.
I feel like Swagkage would really like wrestling. Because that's essentially what wrestling is. The good guy, the bad guy, you want to root for the good guy.
Hiruzen ain't do nothing. Nothing.
they're just like, "Urgh," and I was still completely engrossed. It was great.
Yeah, I am a massive fan of the Chuunin exams. I would give
Priscilla,
it
that sounds like
a
filler.
9 and a 9.5 for sure.
But it's just a ripoff of the Hunter exam.
Well, I know that you're a massive...
Blank exams doesn't mean, because it's probably a ripoff of some book from the 80s. Who gives a Stop engaging with these people talking about it's a ripoff of blank. Everything's inspired by everything.
Hunter x Hunter fan, and I mean, I guess you're invited back if I do one of these for Hunter x Hunter. But I like the Chuunin exams better than the Hunter exam.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, but they're definitely completely different. I think that Chuunin exams are more exciting than the Hunter exams for sure. I don't know if they're more tightly written, but they're
Hunter exam was fine.
super good. I would probably give it a solid 8.5 or maybe a 9. You know, I don't want to give out these super high numbers too easily, but I think it was a really solid arc and one of the best in.
It doesn't matter if you want to give out a super high number or not.
Oh, your ass,
Give out the
bitch.
number you feel
Oh,
it
your
is.
ass.
There are 2 arcs left. How is there 40 plus minutes left?
Because of the rescue Sasuke.
No, they're not gonna go through every fight.
So we got rescue Tsunade. We got the
It's
rooftop
a
fight.
scam.
Oh, Naruto learning the Rasengan because that was really good. I think they're gonna blow that for a while because that was actually really, really, really good.
Shown in anime. It's just got so many really good moments. I mean, yeah, I love it a lot. It's definitely an easy contender for best arc of part 1 with the Sasuke retrieval arc, but you know.
What's the issue here?
You know what's coming, buddy.
What's the issue?
You know what's coming, baby.
I think that's all I have to say
For
about
me,
the
it's
Chuunin
not
exams.
really a contender. Not
Yeah.
really a contender for me. I am fully voting for this as the best arc in Naruto.
I can respect that, absolutely. I totally get why people like it as much as they do.
Yeah, it's everything the series is built from that one arc, and the awe from that arc as to what's to come.
I'm just so tired of this
So
stupid.
yeah, I think that's basically wraps up the Chuunin exams. What's next? Filler arcs. Okay, we'll skip those. Next.
I
we got
don't think
Tsunade's
there's
arc.
actually any filler in between these. There might be a brief filler, but I think it just goes right to Tsunade's arc featuring Itachi and Kisame.
God, I love that arc too.
Yeah,
Early
I
Naruto
like it a lot
was
as
so
well.
good, man.
I know. Part 1's just really solid. So where do we want to start? We want to start with Itachi and Kisame showing up and just being awesome.
Hell
Cotton Candy
yes.
Hope says, remember when Asuma saved Shiki at the end of the attack and he was spotless? Asuma did not fight a single invader.
We're not talking. We're not doing this Asuma slander.
Okay.
Introduction of the Akatsuki was great.
Yeah.
Because this is right after we see Orochimaru. And
Yeah,
he's the
dude.
big bad guy of the show. And then you say, okay, so there are these Akatsuki guys, and each one of them is like an Orochimaru.
Yeah,
Except they're all
exactly.
working together. What?
Yeah,
I
man,
love
and
the
no
mask
one was able
filler.
to do anything to Itachi in that fight.
No,
this
man.
is the guy that Sasuke was going after his whole life, and
Yeah.
he's pledging his life
Yes,
just to take this guy
he's
down.
very
This guy is
strong.
head and shoulders above everyone, above anyone we've ever met.
I know,
Yes,
it's great, and
he's
he's
very
gotten a
strong.
decent amount of build up by this point, so you know who he is, and you know to expect him to be strong because he wiped out the whole Uchiha clan. But when the reality of him being multiple tiers above Kakashi and like every other Jonin sinks in, it's like, oh whoa, you know, I was not prepared for him to take this guy that was established as a total badass in the Zabuza arc and make him look like a little child.
But we had one fight. In Kakashi's first fight, he did okay.
Yeah. He was laid out for like 2 weeks, and then he came back and did all right.
If the
Suck
fight
my
went
dick.
on for
That's my
another
request to you.
minute, they'd all be dead.
If Haku wanted to kill them, they'd all be dead.
It's the statements of Kakashi is very, very strong. Because all we have in part 1 is the Zabuza thing. So Itachi rocking up and just being, I'm stronger than this guy, means essentially nothing because we don't know how strong he is other than he is weaker than Oro, and Oro is equal to Hiruzen, and Hiruzen is a bum.
Couldn't do anything to Itachi, and it's not even Kakashi's fault. Like he did his best. He was putting up a fight.
Yeah, they
but
also said that Jirai was just like, that kid over there is kind of equal to Kakashi. So now we got Kabuto is equal to Kakashi, and Kabuto doesn't really do anything that makes you just go, holy crap. He has to go, I gotta splash her with blood, otherwise I'm getting my head taken off.
Oh, Naruto done me up? How?
he was just so strong, and we didn't really even get to see Kisame do much, but he just gave off this really threatening aura. You could tell, or at least I could tell, that he was supposed to be really powerful.
Then what did he do?
He's meant to be very powerful because he's next to a person that's very powerful.
And they're talking on essentially equal terms.
So yes, they're wearing the same outfit, meaning they're part of the same organization. So yes, we have to assume that they are of at least equal or roughly equal, or in the same ballpark of they are super, super strong together. Like you've got Lucci and you've got Bruno. There's a huge gap in power, but Bruno is still stronger than your average. Bruno's wiping the floor with any straw hat, basically.
And it's just
I mean,
like,
I
wow.
was able to tell Kisame was strong. I did
Yeah.
not imagine he was Orochimaru tier at that point.
Yeah,
But Itachi just blew my mind.
I know.
When have you ever seen something like Tsukuyomi?
Right?
Where it's a total one-shot. He just stares at a character who, as you mentioned, established badass. This guy felt days of pain
Okay,
and suffering.
but we haven't established genjutsu enough to be like, is this a super special genjutsu? Can a Kurenai do that? Is there a time limit that somebody can be put into a genjutsu before they realize, oh wait, I'm in a genjutsu? But this is just, you cannot break out of it. We haven't discussed counter genjutsu methods outside of Kurenai biting her lip and just breaking it that way. So we just have to ask ourselves, oh, this is special because we're told that it's special.
I'm not giving anybody point. Corey, it's not my fault. You're unlucky.
Within a moment, and then
Yeah.
just collapsed. That was
Exactly.
terrifying. You've never seen anything like that anywhere.
Meanwhile, Naruto and Sasuke are still Naruto and Sasuke tier, and you're just like, how are they supposed to beat this guy? Like, what? Speaking of, Sasuke's fight with Itachi is great. The moment where he just rips up the wall with the Chidori only to get stopped in his tracks effortlessly by Itachi.
What did Sasuke expect? He is running at average speed in a straight path.
In a narrow hallway.
In a narrow hallway with a fixed point of an attack. And now that Itachi did that, you have to ask, wait a second, why didn't Haku? Why didn't Haku just grab his wrist and just stop it?
He is incredible. You know, and you get a
And
real
going
feel
to show
for...
the distance between them.
Yeah, and you get a real feel for passionate Sasuke is about exacting his revenge, like how consumed
My
he
Genjutsu
is
thought was
by
it
this
was
desire.
always controls 5 senses, and then you could tell how good it is by how many senses it controls. And Itachi can control time because he had control of all 5 senses. That would be good if we saw enough of Genjutsus before that. If we saw people breaking out of Genjutsu. We saw the Oro one where they just went, well, we saw our death, but I don't know if that was just killing intent or what. And then we essentially saw the Kurenai stuff. So we don't have good enough of a framework in order to feel like this is impressive. That's my whole thing.
To take Itachi out. And
it's
yeah,
not
like
just
when
the consumption by this desire, but it's also the feeling of ineptitude that he has as he's progressing. Like,
Yeah.
the last arc just finished with him seeing Naruto completely one-up him, and here he finally meets his brother after searching for him, and he wanted to meet him already, and
Yeah.
he got completely destroyed.
So-
He felt like he was...
Itachi is above every single Uchiha within the village at the same time in some cases. This is established because he kills them all. Does Sasuke in this moment believe that he is above every single Uchiha member with a 2 Tomoe Sharingan after having seen his Mangekyo Sharingan when he was a kid, knowing that it is a special Sharingan with only an additional attack in a narrow hallway?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
He was blinded by his ray.
Understandable.
worthless, and that's really what leads into the Sasuke retrieval arc. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a fantastic setup for the Sasuke retrieval arc too, and the way it's weaved into the need for them to go get Tsunade is great. And I mean, I guess it creates a mini plot hole later when you're like, wait, why did Itachi put Sasuke in Tsukuyomi if he actually loved him? There are a lot of ways you can explain that. They're not really relevant to this video, but
I would love one way.
There are a lot of ways you can explain that. I would love one way.
Because what if Sasuke just went, dang, I'm going to just kill myself. I'm going to just stop being a ninja. Then Itachi just dies of AIDS and there is no big hero mission, which was his plan. What was the purpose of that in the moment?
you know, I guess it's like he didn't want Sasuke to be this gung ho against other people of similar power. He was like
Who of similar power is there? Other Akatsuki members? Because
we're
they
a good
won't
decade away from that bush.
You guys were sent to this village to retrieve Naruto. Who else is of y'all's level? I don't accept that.
Itachi does look like an asshole for this, but it's probably Itachi being like, hey, for your own good, don't go rushing into a fight with S-class ninja just because you don't like them. They'll put you in Tsukuyomi and you'll need a really powerful medic ninja to save you. You know.
I was always teeter-tottering with...
But did he learn? What did he learn?
That's my request to you.
Oh, he learned, all right. You can find some dojin about that. But what did he take from that? Dang, they're all strong. I'm weak. I need Oro. 4 people rocks up and handle him, and you just go, oh, that's strength over there. That's what he took from it.
But we've already discussed this because he's thinking that he needs that hatred for it, but you look at Naruto who does not have that hatred and is surpassing him. So why would he think he needs what Itachi and Oro can provide over what Naruto and his ilk could provide?
Another failure Itachi plan.
Kishimoto knew about Itachi's...
He didn't.
double
He
agent
was
thing.
he was definitely meant to be a bad guy at first, but I
And that's
think
how I saw it
everything's
as well.
yeah, everything still fits.
No,
in
I don't
hindsight.
believe so because Kakashi questioned
Suck
why.
my dick. That's my request to you.
I don't think he questioned that.
That's not even a question. But Kakashi was just.
Banned. Gone. Forever.
But Kakashi was just like, why didn't he kill me?
Silver Heart Soul says, half. Obito helped Itachi kill half. Will. Obito killed the extras, and Itachi killed the heavy hits if his light novel is to be believed.
We're not light novels.
We're not the light novels. But anyway, whatever I said was factual.
Have to do a little bit of mental gymnastics for it, but I mean, I don't think it takes away from the moment at the time. Definitely not.
absolutely
And
not.
Jiraiya is a bad.
But you have to go back after the Itachi reveal and look at all of the moments that Itachi was on screen and what he was doing and question his motives. He was there to take Naruto. That was the end goal.
And at the time, you think that he's stronger than Itachi and Kisame together. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, because Itachi, after wrecking everyone, taking down the Elite Village's top tier, he says to Kisame, if both of us fought him together, I would still die.
It's probably
and
why
even
everybody.
That fight with Jiraiya was insane too.
Yeah, when he just summons the frog stomach and has it just eat up the hotel.
And he uses Amaterasu before we ever heard of it and manages to break out of this unbreakable thing.
The first time I saw those black flames, I was geeked, dude. It looked so cool. It still does look cool. Also, this arc has...
And that's all you can say about it. It looks cool. Itachi's doing cool things, cool. So it's cool.
Shrug shoulders.
What was I thinking?
About what?
This might have to be 2 parts, because...
You ready to go?
No, it's just... We're 2 hours in, and we're not halfway in. I don't know what happened.
And we got all of Sasuke retrieval.
We got all, but we've talked about Sasuke retrieval. He's the worst spy. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
This is looking like all Sasuke retrieval.
Oh my goodness.
This is looking like all, and it probably starts here. Afterward, yeah, that's probably all Sasuke retrieval from then on. Yeah, from like 44 on, it's probably all Sasuke.
So long about it. What can you say about Choji? When so much of their analysis just been, yeah, that was cool, I liked it. Oh yeah, don't you remember that part? What the can they say for 40 minutes about Neji versus Niji versus Spider Guy? Yeah, the Itachi stuff just makes no sense the more that you think about it. It just simply doesn't.
Y'all need to see Marks take on Chapter Black in the Three Kings arc in you.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Why would we need that?
Why would we need that? All right, we'll get up to Sasuke retrieval. We'll end this stream. We'll do a little bit of T21.
It messes
not T21.
Our schedule, though.
I think we can. I think one of them's short enough for it. We'll work it out. We'll get it worked out.
Goodness.
Because I think we still got that last week free, and that was going to be DSP, and now it can just not be DSP.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
Opening Fighting Dreamers is so good.
I didn't really love any of the Naruto openings per se. But
I guess I get it. Shippuden's openings are better, but
we're all great.
Shippuden's openings are trash.
You got Bluebird, you got Silhouette, the rest are awful. You got
Heroes
your two
Come
memeable. Back. That's memeable. I will listen to Heroes Come Back, but I will listen and laugh.
It is the, what does it mean, Batman of Naruto opening.
I will listen to various covers just to be like, how hard are you going? And some people, they putting their soul into it. And I'm just like, I appreciate it. And other people are like, I'm like, what are you, coward? The point?
Oh, what's I done it?
Get out of here!
You gotta do it.
No one said Mark. Well, people did say Mark,
and they continue to say Mark month, and it's not happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I also like the first Shippuden opening, but I meant the best.
It's swag.
How can you like Heroes Come Back?
How
could you possibly like Heroes Come Back?
That's the meme. This is Rock City Boys all over again.
Everybody stand up and go to see to make some noise.
It's just wrong to think that. You're not
actually incorrect. Why, yes, poop is delicious. No!
Mark month.
There's a lot of people that want to be timed, I see.
Part 1 opening is definitely Go, or Fighting Dreamers.
It became the meme.
We haven't even talked about Tsunade yet in her arc, but Tsunade is awesome, and I think she was intended to be a lot stronger than she actually ended up being, because the power scaling hadn't gotten ridiculous yet, or the power levels hadn't gotten ridiculous yet. Well, yeah, she lost to Kabuto, but it was implied that that wasn't her fault. And it was also implied that this was because Kabuto was just
so really you can go
like a really good medical ninja anyway. Like Tsunade breaks this wall down with one punch, and by then you hadn't really seen anything like that. I mean, like, Jiraiya was hyping up the Rasengan to be this, like, super duper, hit him with this, they die jutsu, and he's like, are you ready to fucking rumble? And then he pulls it out, and he slams it into a tree, and it doesn't even destroy the whole thing. So Tsunade, like, breaking a whole wall apart is like, okay, she's probably a pretty big deal. You know, I think that the way she was characterized in this arc was pretty cool, too. She was a pretty good foil to Naruto.
There's no way we have this many people in our chat banging Heroes Come Back unironically.
It's horrible.
There's literally no way we're clapping for Heroes Come Back.
Not as obvious of a foil as like Gaara or Sasuke or Neji or whatever, but she's still a foil to him nonetheless. She represents the complete and total opposite of his youthful optimism. She is an old cynic, and she's pretty much completely different from like Naruto in like every way. She has this like very feminine cynicism about her, whereas Naruto has this like
Cyberman Ward
clear...
says,
Excuse me?
everybody stand up, something make some noise.
What is wrong with y'all?
What, dude? The chat is going crazy for Heroes Come. This has to be a meme. This has to be. I refuse to believe that not only one, but several people can come together and say Heroes Comeback is a banger.
But he said something about feminine.
Yeah, I already went back.
Has this like very feminine cynicism about her, whereas Naruto has this like clearly like young boy adventurer optimism. You know, it's pretty cool, and it's a great dynamic that I don't see a lot of people talking about as much as I would like.
You didn't talk about it. Talk about it.
He did.
Bringing it up is not talking about it.
I just think
like that dynamic, and I do like how Tsunade did not want the job at all when she was offered, and how she was totally, you know, the opposite of idealistic about everything.
Yeah, and like she talks shit about Hiruzen, and you're just like, whoa, like weren't you one of his students? And you
She should, because he sucks.
Yeah.
You can be trained by someone and then go, oh wait, they taught me nothing because he sucks.
This sense of depth from her that you're not really used to at this point. I mean, obviously there are characters with layers and stuff, but it's like
PTSD from her fear of blood, from everything. And
yeah, exactly. See, like you get this
hugest fan per se of Tsunade.
I get it, but in hindsight, I think she's great. Like with her, you get this sense of depth that you don't get with a lot of other characters, because like sure, people like Gaara and you know, like Orochimaru and like Sasuke at this point, like
that's my request.
They're obviously complex characters, but they're so fantastical, and like obviously they're a product of the kind of world that they're from, right? Like Sasuke wouldn't really exist in the real world.
A guy seeking revenge, because of the death of his family.
A guy who doesn't have connections, so he kills people. These are things
from childhood abuse,
and this is the first time that we're really talking about real world parallels in order to make something good. It's like I don't think that's.
A DA's gotta go with his tiny little baby batter.
I got a dookie.
In the meantime, I'm looking for a cover of Heroes Comeback, because there's no way y'all are clapping for this. Flo did it! Oh! Let's see this one. I don't know how good it is, but I'm just playing it. Yo, y'all are clapping for this?
Did Flo do Hero Comeback?
Or did they cover it?
You said it.
Yeah, it's right there. That's what I'm like. No, they covered it. This is a totally different version.
Go to the rap part. How hard do they go? Not that hard.
Not hard enough. Heroes Comeback is trash, y'all. I can't believe it.
wouldn't really exist in the real world. I mean, maybe there are cases to be made for stuff like that, but it's not as common as somebody like Tsunade.
Of course, somebody killed somebody in your family and you go for revenge. I would assume that's less normal than cynicism.
Rock Lee, they say that you're not good at something, so you put all your stats into something else. What? It's
super grounded
there.
and really easy to relate to if you look at her through the eyes of an adult. And when you're a kid, you don't really get her. But you know, like I think it's sort of the same thing with like Squidward. You know, like it makes a lot more sense once you grow up. And I think Kishimoto did a really good job writing her. And she was also like a badass.
First of all, Squidward bodies Tsunade, no question.
We're gonna get close to the end here, because I forgot how much I dislike Nux. Swagkage is really carrying this, like, hard.
Yeah.
Second of all, I didn't like Tsunade for different reasons. Not per se that
Obvious
she was a
reasons.
pessimist about everything, but she was so immature in many ways in that arc. Like her wanting to pick a fight with Naruto. Like,
Well, I get
wow,
it.
She's fighting against this 12-year-old kid. Very impressive. She sees her dead
But
brother.
you did not absorb the information of what was happening.
So let's put it like this. What if she was just like, don't run up against a Hokage level opponent? That's why she was making fun of him. Now we got that equalized with what Itachi did. What if we take it like that? That's the problem with interpretations like this, where one is good and the other is bad, and they're basically equal.
Hey, I didn't say Swag was good. I said he's carrying the discussion.
Nah, you said it was good. Number one fan, patron.
Brother in him, so she's more pissed at him. And for example, her going to
Nux and Swag are PDA if they had no chemistry.
I don't want to be the Nux.
You would be. Because they're really us, like, turned up to 11.
It's the
He's
other
way
side
more
of the
informational,
coin.
but so boring with it. And he's way more meaty and can be the jokes, but it's turned way up.
No.
They're like Bizarro us.
No, I'm Nux. No.
They're AD and GB.
heal Orochimaru's arms. Wow, that's the most noble thing in the world.
Well-
so she poisons Jiraiya before going, so Jiraiya can't do anything. And then she changes her mind on the spot. And then Jiraiya decides to join, but he's drunk, so he can't really fight. So we have Orochimaru, who has no arms. Jiraiya, who's, like, drugged. Tsunade, who's scared of blood. Kabuto, who's, like, the strongest fighter in the whole fight. And then you have Naruto, who beats him with a Rasengan.
Yeah.
I didn't love that whole fight. I felt like it was a bunch of cripples that were crippled for stupid reasons, fighting each other for even stupider
No,
reasons.
it's logical reasons within the story. You accepted the fact that his arms are gone, so that's not a stupid reason. Tsunade did not want Jiraiya to chase him, and people were just like, maybe she wanted to use him as a sacrifice. So she poisons him, and she's scared of blood, which you said was good and relatable. So what's the stupid thing here?
But this
Shizune
all-
was also there. Shizune, she had that poison spit thing. That's kind of busted.
Illusion.
This all came from the fact that Tsunade was a very human character, and I think that Kishimoto was less afraid to give her very, like, real, not, like, super extreme or cartoonish flaws. Like, she just feels a lot more nuanced and, like an actual person.
As opposed to who? Somebody like a Neji who is chained by his destiny and sees there's no way out?
Couldn't you supplant that on a kid right now that whose parent runs a business that's been the family business forever? A bakery, if you were.
Suck my dick.
And-
That's my request to you.
And she's like, I ain't got the cake.
They're feeling
As
the
it
pressure.
were.
Just trying to make a point, Nux.
No! No!
Yeah, but that's a real world
Yeah.
type of thing. Like,
It's like being scared of tomatoes.
In the series, in my opinion. And you know, like it's totally fine to have like these you know, these like super badass like ninja assassin characters like, you know, like Kakashi or whatever that exist in a world like this, because like sure, whatever, it's Naruto, take advantage of the fact that that stuff is there, but the fact that but Kishimoto showed that he could also write like really just, you know, down to earth people like Tsunade. And I mean, I get she made a bunch of really stupid decisions, but I think that's the point.
It's not the
But you haven't showcased who's not like that.
Yeah.
You got your cartoon like a Oro, but like I said, Rock Lee, Choji, where he just goes, I'm a fat guy, but I have one friend. Shika, who just like, I believe in my friend outside of this dumb bug guy who's not even here. Cause Shino's not here. There are these people within Naruto.
What is fantastical about not a Shino, but a Shika?
What is unbelievable in the real world? Geniuses get lazy. It's a believable thing.
Yeah, they get bored with the world because it's not up to their level.
Shino's never been here where you need him. We needed him with Kokoro and he was there.
It's not just the stupid decisions. It's that after all was said and done, all those decisions all disappeared because everything turned out hunky-dory.
Yeah, she changed her mind because of a kid that reminded her of the person that she lost, and now she wants to help.
Well, yeah, I think that there should have been a couple more consequences for the way that she acted, but that's more
And then, like,
everybody
snap your
else's
fingers.
fault.
What would be DA's Nux mask?
You
Yeah, because it's Hollow
boring!
Ichigo.
You fucking dull! You
No,
have
it's
nothing
Red
to
X.
say!
No, Red X, yeah.
Hey, let's not think about this, you guys. Don't even worry about it.
It's at the end of the arc, and she's a perfect Hokage, even though she was this
Yes,
drunk.
Dutch. Shino should have been Hokage over Shika.
What are we doing here, buddy?
Gambling, pessimistic.
I don't think that she
person who
ever
didn't
that
care
she
about
was.
anyone.
I don't think that she was a perfect Hokage, and I think it's actually made very clear that she's not fond of having to do.
Who is a perfect Hokage? You better not say the third.
The second.
He wasn't perfect.
What did he make the Shadow Clone Jutsu, the Naruto signature technique? Okay. Did he make
Varia says. But Nux, Sasuke was a war criminal and suffered zero consequences from that.
Oh, that's also later stuff. They pick and choose when they want to do the later stuff. But did he make the Fire and Thunder guy, which is the fourth Hokage signature technique? Okay. He's lauded as making tons of different jutsus. Okay. He's that dude. Give me the non-perfection.
He went too hard against the Uchiha.
Disagree. You have Madara there. What else do you need? We see the level of strength that the Uchiha can obtain.
Yes.
This guy's a freak of nature, but who's to say another freak of nature isn't going to show up?
But wiping them
one
out.
generation later,
How about you foster them, and so they'll be
Hokage-
protectors of the village instead of ostracizing them and creating these geniuses on the outskirts of your village.
Hokage don't do that. We see that with the third Hokage. There is no
Okay, so there's no
fostering.
perfect.
No.
He's not perfect.
No. That's not a flaw on him. That's a flaw on the Hokage system.
And he's in that system.
No,
It's like
he's
saying it's
the
a flaw.
perfect Hokage, but the Hokage system is messed up. He can't affect the system, but he's doing everything perfectly within what he can do.
That's like saying he's the perfect police officer,
Cotton
but
Candy Hope
the
says,
concept of
he
police
didn't go hard
are
enough on
corrupt.
the Uchiha. The last three started the 4 war. Itachi was the only good one, and he also said the Uchiha got to go.
He was perfect.
No.
Yes.
I don't think a genocider can be.
The president cannot just give everybody money. Why are there poor
They
people,
did.
Mr. President?
They did
Oh, they did. No, not everybody. Some people didn't qualify
for the
for
stimulus?
the COVID. Yeah,
Who?
super rich people.
I think even some of them got it.
No, they didn't. But he can't just give everybody money so there's no more poor people. It's impossible to do.
It
but
is
you
actually
can
possible
be.
to do.
But you can't. The dollar would be worthless.
We
But
print
you
the
can
world
do-
currency.
No, the dollar would be worthless.
No,
But
I
he's
didn't say
doing
give the dollar.
everything-
We print
but
the
he's
world
doing
currency.
everything that he possibly can within the president that he can.
Wouldn't a
and
perfect
therefore
Hokage
is
break the
perfect.
system?
There's nothing wrong with the system.
said the system was a problem. It's not him that's flawed, it's the system that's flawed. Well, can he change the system? There's nothing wrong with the system.
Do all the paperwork, but she becomes so fond of Naruto because of how much of her little brother she sees in him that she's like, you know what? My little brother would probably want me to be Hokage. He'd never
And
forgive me if I
Naruto
didn't
says
do a
the
job.
same things as him and the ex-fiance. It's more just talk no jutsu because I'm like another character. I'm like the people that you love, or I'm like you directly. There is nobody that's just like, no, he's not talk no jutsu in Kisame. He's only talk no jutsu in the people who have a direct line to what he's been going through.
So, you know, she keeps that in mind. I think it's just, you got to take into account how like life-changing of an experience something like that would be, when the entire reason she's cynical is because, or one of the main reasons she's cynical is because she lost her brother.
That's not how the shadow
And then she meets some kid who's like the spitting image of him, and she's just like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, I'm only like this because of like I feel like I'm a walking contradiction. And so she did her best to fix herself. And
walking contradiction is the big thesis of one of, I think it was Math Wiz Naruto video.
Maybe.
So, and Swag is a big fan of that video.
I thought it was good. I think she became less interesting after this character arc of hers was completed, but I think it was a good character arc nonetheless. I think it's an underrated part of the series. I don't think it's the main reason I like the arc, but I think it was something definitely worth talking about and discussing. There's a bunch of other cool stuff too.
I liked a lot of the whole Tsunade development as well.
Yeah.
I just feel like it did maybe detract from the overall arc.
I guess.
How?
In what way? And
Nux,
that's another
explain
just
it.
saying it.
I think the development in her character arc detracted from the arc. How? Explain how. And Swag is just going, I can see that. Based on what? See what?
Funny how Naruto looked like both of Jiraiya students. Tsunade had a little brother with that haircut. So many people have that haircut. Kiba has that haircut. Pain has that haircut. There's like two other people where I was just going through the Naruto game, just seeing them side by side and just going, come on, Kishi.
Did maybe detract from the overall arc.
I guess I get that. I thought it was boring when I was younger, and I also get that some people just don't care about that.
And
sort of
Nux is
thing,
mentally
but
young.
Personally, I just think that it was really cool. Maybe some people will disagree with me and think that she's just not a well-written character at all. Maybe people think I'm giving her too much credit.
I think she is she's a
No,
well-written
I'm not saying that you will. I feel like a bunch of people will be like, oh, you think Tsunade's well-written? You guys have garbage, tasty characters, but you know. I think Kishimoto did a good job with her. Kabuto being a badass for a little bit was actually pretty cool, because I just expected him to be a complete non-factor in the fight.
Because they go, blah, blah, blah was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of their things here. I never thought about it, but what's the deal with that necklace? It's to suppress the Nine Tails chakra. But how? How does it work?
Huh? What?
I'm sure they explained it.
Yeah, at some point.
But I remember it breaking.
I think Tsunade did too, which is why he ended up crippling her. But the best moment in the arc, well, aside from like all the stuff with Itachi, is Naruto performing the Rasengan, because it's
Bruh, they didn't even talk about him
didn't talk about
training.
the training.
The training is by far some of the best training I've ever seen in an anime. They show every aspect of what makes this jutsu capable, how you do it, what you need to do. Not enough force, too much force, not enough rotation, too much rotation.
It is made from a special crystal gem and augmented his abilities to capture and control the tail beast, the first Hokage.
Of course.
That little tiny necklace.
The perfect Hokage.
Hashirama was able to control the tail beast, and by proxy, its Jinchuriki. The ability was enhanced by the necklace, which responded to his chakra, allowing him to control the chakra of the tail beast. That's dumb. That is dumb.
feels so earned and like well deserved.
Right. That's why I would say that this arc, aside from introducing the Akatsuki and all that, is the best training arc in Naruto.
Oh, of course. Well, because there's also like the training, like Naruto completes the
Oh, they
training in the
did.
middle of
Yeah,
a fight,
look at
and he
that.
does it so creatively too. He's like,
never
well, since I can't contain the chakra in my hands properly, I can just have a shadow clone do it. And it's like, whoa, yeah, that's fucking genius, you know. And it's the sort of thing that you'd expect Naruto to come up with. So it's like, you don't feel like it was an ass pull or anything. And
But
when
we
he
have
hits
to
Kabuto
get
with
to
that
this
Rasengan,
point.
it's a really cool moment for him, and you feel like it's like a.
And I feel like it's a climax to, you know, really it wraps up everything of that arc.
Yeah.
It wraps up Tsunade's story. He was able to, you know, win his side of the bet. He actually won the fight, doing something relatively important.
Yeah.
The whole arc was building on this training him to learn the Rasengan, teaching him to become a ninja. This was, you know, tons of progress for his character. Especially assuming that he was always the kid that was never able to do anything. He made imperfect clone jutsu.
Bruh, he's doing a shadow clone right now. That part of the growth is over.
We're done. We're done with that. It's just like the hatred.
He did a summoning.
It's like him being hated by the village. No, we're just done with that because we just don't see it.
And here he's learning a jutsu that only like 2 other or 3 other people knew ever.
Well,
Like the shadow clone, which canonically we see like 7 mothers do.
I mean, then you find out Kakashi also knew it too.
And art completes what it sets up. That's crazy.
But at the time,
Suck
it
my
was just like
dick.
Kage.
That's
level.
my request to you.
Oh yeah, no, he was always supposed to be. So never mind. But that's really all I have to say about the arc. Oh, overall, it's really good. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. A lot of people think it's like the least good. I mean, in terms of like excitement,
And
it's less.
I don't know what puts this above Zabuza for him.
Yeah.
I could not say.
Exciting overall than the other arcs in the series, but I think the writing is mostly like really solid. It's honestly some of the best character writing in the whole series. And I'm not just saying that because of Tsunade. I think the interactions with like Itachi and like Jiraiya and Sasuke and like Naruto and everybody are just really cool. You know, Orochimaru still being a menace even without his arms, like just really good stuff. Probably an 8, maybe an 8.5. I again, it's not as exciting as the Chuunin exam, so I don't like it as much, but I can't deny that it's just a really quality chunk of the series.
So it's so funny that you're saying that, because you're the guy who was praising it, and I was trying to tell you my issues with it, and I would also give it an 8 or an 8.5.
And see,
Worthless. Absolute worthless scale.
he said that he didn't really dig on Tsunade herself, and she's so large of the part of the arc itself, and he gives it an equal rating.
Basically loved everything about the arc too.
Yeah.
I thought Tsunade's part was relatively weak in comparison
Silver
to,
Heart
you
Soul
know,
says, is anyone ever going to talk about how all the Hokage but 3 are all relevant in some way? The first was married to a Uzumaki.
Yeah, you aren't made a Hokage. You're born into it. Kakashi, he's the exception, but other than them, it's all just they're all related.
Itachi.
I can understand that.
Plot that was
No,
going on
Itachi
there.
definitely
and
steals
even Naruto's
the show.
training. Itachi's
We're about to
and
get
Jiraiya.
25
Jiraiya
minutes
was
of
the MVP in that
rescue
arc.
Sasuke.
When he threatens
Really,
to kill
Naruto was so
Tsunade.
good, man.
I know. When he threatens to kill Tsunade if she helps Orochimaru, it's like fucking bone chilling. Because you're like, whoa, dude.
Yes, because
Jiraiya's not
this is
messing
that
around.
goofy character,
Yeah,
but he's real in there. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the arc as well.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then we
Shit
have
could
filler
became
arcs,
Hokage.
which are all bad.
No, I don't know what
except
you're
for the
talking
one where
about.
they were looking for Kakashi's true face.
That doesn't
That
really
was
count.
good. That's like the only good Naruto filler ever.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. So then Sasuke retrieval arc.
29 minutes of Sasuke retrieval. This can't be done this stream. I know you're thinking it can't be done. We're going to have so much more to say about Sasuke retrieval than anything else.
Because they are as well. So we'll peek our head in on our boy, and we'll bounce. What if Deku was a Witcher?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? Why does it look
Why
like
is it a redo?
Okay.
What if Deku was trained by Saitama?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Wait a second. Can we check out his community tab real quick? Is this to get people hyped up for the Deku Witcher?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. This is the continuation, and people are super hyped for it.
Why?
Why wouldn't you be?
For the myriad of reasons.
Yeah, no.
It's just
It looks like
he got
it
what?
looks like AI
What?
art. Yeah, it looks like AI art that he puts in for the
What is this?
Iron Man? Was there an Iron Man one? Had to be.
Why is it? What if Deku was betrothed to Midnight Soul? It's part 7, and it's an hour. This is 7 hours.
Minimum, if it's not even finished. It may not.
She doesn't have that much characters or things to do.
What are we doing with the Discord? Oh yeah, I gotta put up the. Yeah, don't worry about my scaling. I updated my graphics card and it's up the scaling of everything.
Oh my goodness. Last of Us 21 is
It's something different. He's something different. I'm not gonna say something better, but he's something different. God, Discord, can we please?
it just completely
No! Wow,
Dutch says, Gokit 23 time.
We're not doing Goku Tweet 23. We're doing Last of Us 21.
No! Why am I Nux?
Because you are.
I'm asking more myself than anything. Man! It's not fair!
Don't be mad about it. Embrace it. Embrace the Taku. Yeah, I'll make that full until we decide what we're doing here.
It's got to be the Saitama.
That's the one I was leaning towards too. Normal speed
For a second. And then low. Super fast. The picture's still up.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. Man, can we put that in the middle?
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
a blank spot in the middle.
Yeah, that's for the alerts, and if there's no alerts, might as well.
I hate it. I hate it. I like the cat. I appreciate that.
It's Wario and Luigi. Waluigi.
No. We gotta get the full experience.
Yeah, no, I know. Why is Liara there?
What
Venom
looks
one.
tasty?
Is that Pirate King Deku?
Space pirate.
With the eyes, the mouth, the All Might smile. This is horrible. Can't even read it. Green
What
Lantern.
doesn't kill me? That's all it said. Okay, pause. What is the advertisement for this? What makes you just go, hey, I want to watch this?
Booba.
This means nothing. Can we go out for ice cream? Of course.
Hey, if you want Chad Deku, why wouldn't you?
This is not me going, hey, I you know what? I'm gonna stop this video and go off to that one. Which one is this? This is What If Saitama Trained Deku.
Yeah, you can see it in the top. Oh yeah, no. It's for obvious reasons.
Why is he a hitman?
No.
Wait. Behind Deku!
Oh yeah, that's the promise. That's who will become someday. Can you do the Hitman one? Maybe one day. Oh, it's still going.
Good crop. Pause.
I'm just waiting for the ending.
No, I understand. We need to see how long it was exactly. This dumb template book. A minute and 7. Go back to the logo. Why is it Lasto?
Maybe that's his name.
It's Last of Us.
Maybe.
Japanese
Yeah.
finesse Lasto. That's lame. And it's still going.
Oh yeah. Yo, can we do something about this aspect ratio? Oh my god, this is horrible. I had forgotten. We're done with the Nux Taku video. If anybody wants to leave, you should not be here.
Another day, another one shot, one kill. It was boring. Oh, hey. Good to see you're awake.
Let him cook!
Yep.
The whole alert. The whole alert. You could drive a truck through that pause.
What? Things.
Good to see you're awake. Yeah. What happened to the slush villain? Oh, I beat him. Wait, how? I punched him. No, I mean, wait, what's your quirk?
Huh?
Well,
Fighting Gimmick says, by the way, how do you feel about the new Captain Mac video on One Piece anime?
Haven't seen it, but
Haven't
I
seen
probably agree with it.
Yeah, because the anime is not very good. We have problems with the anime, but I'll check it out. I forgot to check it out. Last of Us, after all this time, we keep saying, but just pausing and stuttering does not denote confusion.
Or drama.
That's all you have. What's your quirk? What's a quirk?
Quirk.
I'm very nonchalant. I'm very bored because there is no one who can truly give me a challenge.
Why is he doing a pseudo Heath Ledger Joker?
Because that's the only voice he has for non-Deku. Because it was the same thing with, I think, Venom or something. And I think he just put an effect on it after.
Why would you not hone your voice acting skills after all this time? Why are you in this industry if you ain't got the chops?
He doesn't even need the chops. He just needs to make his voice deeper. It doesn't even need to be that. Lighter, deeper, whatever. Just, it's not hard.
Why are all
Please
these videos
speed up.
like
This is inhumane torture. Thank you for the super chat.
He's not being challenged. He has his fans. He has his members. The people that like him. So why should he change anything? The people are here for this.
And he doesn't ever change the image. I was trying to go to a spot like, where does something...
Because he could easily just highlight who's ever's talking. Because if he's just going, what's going on? But it's hard. You have to pay such attention because there's almost no differentiation in voices.
What's your quirk? My quirk? Yeah, your quirk. And that's
Suck
it.
my dick. That's my
What,
request.
you think we're haters? How could anybody be anything but a hater?
How can you be a lover? I'm just gonna go to the middle. I'm gonna speed it the up.
A lot. Well, I'm very impressed. You're still alive. Thank you.
No, I have to play that at regular speed. I'm sorry.
In what universe could we sit through an entire video of this?
And this is part 1 of this video of this series.
I'm very impressed. You're still alive. Thank you.
Yo. Yo. What do you say? No, Maria, that was 1.25. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That means my normal punches don't affect you? Well, I wouldn't say that. Is it inside out those are normal, but Izuku catches it? Like, please don't try to hit me again. Why not? My normal punches, they do nothing to you.
He's trying.
He's trying.
Please don't try.
Yeah, go back.
Like, please don't try to hit me again. Why not? My normal punches, they do nothing to you. This is the greatest thing ever.
Remember when I talked about Hairline Man, and I talked about him whisper screaming?
Yeah.
That's what this is. That doesn't display the emotion that you should think that it should have in this situation. He's not very good.
Is this how you punish the Mark Month fans? Absolutely, y'all.
He was starting to unleash more and more punches, making them faster as Izuku was just
Neo
constantly
Arcadia
dodging,
says,
catching.
at least T23 puts some effort into all his Goku voices.
Yes.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna kill you!
No, not his Goku voices, his other people's
Yeah,
voices
yeah.
he put effort into. But his Goku, the tournament of Goku was just, you're really strong.
Oh, you're strong.
I'll show you how strong I am. And then he screamed.
Blocking. Master, please stop. I still am not at your level yet. Oh, yes, I know. But it's so happy to find something that I
What
can't.
the is he saying?
What is he doing? All right, I'm gonna turn on closed caption
I don't
and I'm
understand
going
what
to
he's saying.
put it
This is
normal.
25% faster.
Faster as Izuku is just constantly dodging, catching, blocking. Master, please stop.
Master, please stop.
I still am not at your level yet. Oh, yes, I know. But it's so happy to find something that I can't break.
What? Who's talking?
Who was talking? Who was talking?
Predatixer Gaming XL says, the fact that he has more than 0 subs amazes me.
People pay for his content.
10K subs.
Okay, I think I made a huge mistake. No, you did not. Izuku getting socked in the face, but he spins in such a way he kicks Saitama down to the sand, burying him.
He can't paint a picture.
He sucked.
What? You wrote these words. When you're reading or listening to an audiobook, you should be able to envision what's going on.
Hey, how could anybody want us to do an entire video on this? It is impossible. I will never forget us playing this. Him pausing for a long time, mumbling, and then you just going, it's unlistenable. It's unlistenable.
Of course. Izuku is...
We're going to go towards the end.
Anyway, so... shouldn't be much of a
We
problem.
could throw up a little fill, too.
Saitama with a big-ass grin. I knew you were a stand-up guy. Now, if you don't mind, let's go. I am really itching for this fight. I've been looking forward to it for months. So soon. So close. Once the fight starts, of course, Izuku gets hella upset.
What are these pauses?
Why is he moaning?
You're boring. You're
Go,
fucking
can we get the
dull.
very,
You
very
have
end?
nothing to say.
What was that Venom one? You can breathe
What?
fire now. When did it end it or something like that? That was crazy.
Because of trying to let me once you're truly bored. You can always use a good old sparring partner. You mean a punching bag. Potato potato. Please, if anything, I think only God could truly challenge me. Why are you just tempting fate? Never mind. Have a nice trip, Master Saitama. What a sweet boy. Thank you, Izuku.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fit no. Yeah, I'll be watching that Todd video later though. Yeah, the subs were struggling. They were doing their best, but it was... They're all clapping.
But why?
When will the next part of What If Deku Had a Dragon made? What, Green Wolf? When will it come out? Oh, when will you make the next part?
I have a request. What if Deku was Mephisto from DC Comics?
What if Deku married Team Ruby and Velvet Coco Part 1?
You just want the fucking jerk-off material. What are you talking about? Who are these people?
Please make more of this in the Dragon Maid. That's 2 requests for the Dragon Maid.
How, though?
Who and why? Why do you have him over? Why do you have a Razorhead over footage of an NBA game?
Can you go 2 up, please? 1 up. 1 right there. Can we just...
Hello, friends. How are you all? This is
This is AI.
voice.
My goodness.
This is an AI voice.
You couldn't even do it yourself.
What a coward.
Fiction World. So we are back with an amazing movie on What If Deku was Angel of Hell.
Not an angel.
So we are back with an amazing movie on What If Deku was Angel of Hell.
Oh my goodness. Come on. Who is this for? Stop.
Even if you... We just saw Last of Us 21 cannot voice act. That's not an excuse.
Hell. Gonna be a syllabus lookover. Are we getting our costumes? Am I going to be able to put up a good showing? Midoriya, are you okay? A voice...
This is worse.
Yeah, this is way worse.
What about that one?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the narrator, your host for today. Back
Is this AI or is he just?
I think he's a guy.
with today's fanfiction. Are gone as well. I don't know much more family history beyond that. Izuku sat, incredibly bored, while the doctor nodded and made more notes.
Is this AI?
I think this is AI too. The cadence is real AI.
Beyond that, Izuku sat, incredibly bored, while the doctor nodded and made more notes. The office was a bit cold, and he shivered a bit, hoping that they were almost done.
The writing isn't bad though.
But was the writing AI?
Fair enough.
It's impossible to watch along with T20. Y'all just heard it.
How? I can't understand half of what he says. What if Luffy raised by real parents, Crocodile and Dragon? I think you mean was. This is another AI. Don't worry about it.
Hi, welcome back, guys.
You were correct.
AI is just sweeping this.
AI sweep.
We can check in on Salad. We haven't.
We doing Salad or T23?
Alfonso Rodriguez says, T23 time.
Let's do Jiren or Vegeta or Gohan T23.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I was about to say, let's see how he...
Oh, you didn't know about all the Jiren and Gohan T23s and all of them? Why is there a store? What's in the store? There's stuff in the store. Okay.
Frieza transforms into a new form. He deems it Black Frieza.
Alfonso Rodriguez says, no Gokit 23 is the only T23.
There's so many T23s.
Unveils the power by easily defeating his foes in their full power forms. Satisfied with their defeated state, he decides to spare them, and after noticing the cowering Oil and Maki, offers to induct them into his army as servants before the trio leaves Cereal. Whis appears and
I will
restores
say this for
Monito
him.
as a favor.
I don't know if he's drawing or he's commissioned someone to draw, but it is not gonna have the comedy of T23.
Let's
strictly because
see the big transformation.
Okay.
Form. And so Vegeta tells him that instead of just relying on rage to make it work, but rather to try and dig deep within his power instead of letting the rage do so. Broly thinks about it and then tries to focus. He digs deep within his power and then lets it all out, revealing the legendary Super Saiyan, and this time he's in full control. Trunks then gets really excited and goes into his Super Saiyan God, wanting to test Broly's control. Everyone sees Super
Why is
Saiyan
he
God
at T23? You see if Vegeta has a transformation. He doesn't.
Nope.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. Is there really only one?
Yeah, don't come for the king.
I Cell into the ground, which knocks him out. Then Cell stands up. How truly pathetic. Now, 18. Come here.
He's trying!
He's trying. There's only one king! Oh, did he rebrand?
Oh, did he rebrand?
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay, wait a second.
He rebranded.
Okay, wait a second. We got a contender for the throne. Hang on.
Oh yeah, this might be a contender.
Gohan remains trapped in Whis'
Holy crap!
Yo,
what is up with extra wide Beerus? Come on with that aspect ratio, pimp.
I was talking about the music blaring.
Yeah, we don't know how that will affect him, especially when Dice Shinken said Whis will recover in 3 years. Kai, you fool.
Yo.
What?
Oh yeah.
What is?
We've definitely got a contender for the throne. What?
But are we going to face off against Beerus? No, now is not the time. So, strictly a rescue mission, huh? That's probably for the best, being that we are not ready to fight, as well as Vegeta in no state. Sour, Goku, and Jiren all headed to Universe 7 to rescue Vegeta. Whis, by my count, we have about 1.5 years left, right? Earth years. Is that right? Yes, Gohan. Good, because I'm ready to get my hands on those destroyers now.
Who is this Gohan? Is this Master Beast Gohan or something?
I would assume
That's my
something
request
like that.
to you.
I would assume.
Nah, we had T23 at home. What is that Frieza? Why is he full gold?
Why did he call a line at the other end of the hallway to record this?
It's truly. Chris the Kill, you might be right. Mystic Beast Gohan.
Oh Lord.
What? What?
There was 18 minutes of screaming. Then this mug just pops on the screen. Watermark, all just a swinging.
Aspect ratio torn asunder. No skipping.
No transition, no flash, no fade to black, nothing. Here he is.
Oh my god. I'm crying. It didn't even try. No. I'm going back a full 25 seconds. He's still screaming.
This fight is getting us nowhere. It's time to take it to the next level. Frieza then started to power up, sending out massive waves of power all over the place.
29:47 is the start of the scream.
Holy crap.
That is over 20 seconds of the scream so far. "25 seconds of screaming. And the loop is horrible! It's still going! Yo!
Gohan, what are you doing? Sir! Sir! Sir!
Frieza then transformed.
What's the name?
We just looked up Gohan T23. He's clearly changed his name to now Ragnar's End.
What?
Formed into his destroyer form for the very first time. Whoa! Frieza, that's a lot of power.
What?
You know, if you were not an evil scumbag, I would love to have you as a permanent sparring partner. However,
Can we
time I show
go
you.
back? And I just need the explanation for
Super Beast Gohan.
yeah.
I don't know where it would start.
Carrying Goku by the hair. He too was passed out.
Okay, so
That hurt my son, but I want them alive.
Alfonso Rodriguez
Go
says,
on.
Let watch some actual quality What If from Gokit 23.
Was floating in a location on
yo, what is this? He stamp tooled a bunch of bruises. He brush tooled a bunch of bruises on Gohan and blood.
Come on now. Come on now. There's shadows there, and you just okay.
familiar to hear where he was.
Man got hit with the price tag
barely
thing at
conscious.
stores.
Where am I? As Gohan blacked out, floating in the void. Gohan started to come to, floating in the heartless void that he was been locked into, not able to fully understand what exactly had happened to him and his family. Gohan was hurt so badly that he was still barely able to see, but could only hear the voices of his loved ones screaming for him and telling him that they loved him before they were killed. The voices of everyone kept resonating within Gohan's head over and over again for what seemed like an eternity to Gohan, until suddenly they just stopped coming to Gohan's mind. They just stopped screaming for me. Where did they go? I can't sense them at all. Where are
Hello,
they?
Arcadia
That's
says,
because I
you
stopped
guys
in
missed the
Gohan.
detail of that Frieza transformation's aura being synced to the beat.
What?
Whis? Is that you? Yes, it is I. Or rather a version of me. When the destroyers attacked you and your family and friends, they erased everyone as far as I know of. What you have been hearing is everyone's last words to you and their cries for help. But what happened to you, Whis? Why are you here? I thought you couldn't come into your own stuff. Go on. I am here with you in spirit and mind alone. I'm not physically here. When the angel's staff breaks, they are put into a coma for 3 years. So you have 3 years of Earth years to train and get stronger.
So you have 3 years
again.
of Earth
Those
years.
3 years will be equal to 15 years in here. I will be able to...
Okay, so he's just 15 years older.
Okay.
And his hair grew and he's not getting haircuts.
I hate him. I really do.
I just want to see if he gets a transformation. Okay. Thoughts on Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I like the evil song. I think that's like a notch or two beneath Be Prepared. I don't like the 3 cartoon gargoyles because it's just sort of comic relief that's not really needed. Could have been a little more dramatic without them. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's like a
Release the
B-tier.
seal on all the destroyers. That way they can fight a horrible threat right now. If we do
Suck
not,
my
the
dick. That's my
multiverse will
request
be
to you.
destroyed. What do you mean the multiverse will be destroyed? Do I need to go erase someone? Or no, you cannot erase these guys. They have protection
Zeno
from
gotta
the Super
erase
Dragon
a
Ball
bit.
Angel
to
Essence
keep from
Goku,
getting
Dragon
erased.
Instinct
The only way
Goku,
is
Spirit
to
Saiyan
release
Goku,
the
Primal
destroyers.
Instinct Goku.
You can do that. Very well, Taishinken. I will release them. But make sure you put it into this threat.
Thank you
As
for the
Zeno
super chat,
unleashed
Z-Man.
the power of all the destroyers, Daishinken then teleported behind Zeno and stabbed him through the chest.
Nothing personal, kid.
Oh, thank you so much, Zeno. You did the easiest thing for me and paid for it with your life. You
Yeah, no,
should
we
know
see that.
better than to trust anyone. Since Zeno unleashed the power on all the destroyers, each one of them started to glow and gain more and more power, like that they've never had before. Ah, this power feels so great. Thank you, Daishinken. I needed this. All of the destroyers started powering up at the same time, and by doing so, their essences started fusing together.
No, they didn't.
Unknown of what's going on, our heroes started to freak out. What is this power? It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Who knew the destroyers were this strong? As Goku, Broly, and Vegeta were standing there in shock and awe, and mostly horror,
Dude,
at seeing
smoke,
all the destroyers' energy
smoke
pouring into one spot in the sky. And out from that energy, a black portal started to open up, and slowly a hand was coming out. This hand was unlike any other hand before. It was purple, and on it was black armor. Out was emerging a demon. One by one,
emerging.
each destroyer started to collapse, dead from having all their energy taken by this being. This being looked down at our heroes and started to smile.
So you finally summoned me, Daishiken. It's been eons since I've been around again, but it's for these pathetic fools. Now that's just a disgrace.
I think... Sir. In ways, he's better than Goku.
And in other ways, he's worse.
He's much worse.
Do you feel this pressure? I don't think we can stand up to this. Yeah, I know. But we've got to do something. At least until Gohan and Whis come out. All three of us can team up and take him on, right? We may not live, but we'll do what we got to do.
It's time for you foolish men.
What?
Flying meters away, Astaroth then appeared right behind Vegeta, wrapping his tail around Vegeta's neck, and then picking him up. Astaroth went to stab Vegeta with his sword, but Broly came in front of Astaroth and kicked him in his face, stopping him from killing Vegeta right then and there. Guys, we have to work together. This guy is way stronger than us, and definitely stronger than Gohan. I don't know how to describe his power, but he's beyond us. We can do this as long as we team up together. As the heroes were starting to come up with a plan, Astaroth just stood there, waiting for something to happen. Like he was proud of his...
What? What?
Remember,
What?
bring your father back, and everyone else, so let it go.
He did the speech again!
Who is this? Is this Nappa? Oh. I saw the red when you were skimming, and I thought that it was Super Saiyan.
The dam in Gohan's mind had broke, flooding through his body, unleashing a massive power, one like no one has ever seen before. Good job, Gohan. You finally achieved the
The
primordial
hair is
power.
cut off. There's artifacts from the Fing mask. This is horrible.
When we trained together in the staff, as well as that in the Cave Wonders, no one else could have achieved this but you, and I'm so sorry you had to do it this way. Gohan then sped towards Astaroth and then decked him in his face.
It's not fun if we don't get the
Astaroth could
name.
even manage to do anything. Gohan was right behind Astaroth again and elbowed him in the back of his neck. Gohan grabbed Astaroth's tail and spun him around like he was a rag doll and threw him into a large
We need the
mountain.
name. It's not
Before
fun if we don't get a
Astaroth could come
name.
out the other side of the mountain, Gohan was right there and decked
What was your
Astaroth
name,
in his
sir?
ribs with a powerful blow as he came out of the mountainside. As Gohan sent Astaroth through
Why
the
does he
other
have
side
a presence when he's a character, but when he's just
was all
reading, he's
about.
just... And then he decked them and swirled them.
How can this be? How can you, a mortal, be stronger than me, the demon destroyer? It makes no sense.
You want to know how? It's because destroyers like you killed my entire family and friends in front of me. It wasn't just anyone, but my wife, my daughter, everyone I've loved.
No, that was implicit in the family.
Then I spent 3 years.
It wasn't everybody because
locked inside
Goku's
Whis'
there.
with nothing to do but train. And I trained every day with
Stop talking.
just to
Give us
kill
that next
each
time because we're
and
about to be
every
out.
one of
Thank
you
you for the super chat.
destroyers. And now I'm so close that I can't stand another minute talking to you, so this is goodbye. Gohan then kicked Astaroth up into the air, launching him far, far away from
Universal
the planet's
Instinct
surface.
Goku,
Gohan
Angel
then
Seed Goku,
started
Toddler
charging
Dragon
up
Force
a massive. I want to say, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We also have a Discord server where you can join up and talk with myself and my other T23 partners. Yes, that includes Goku T23 and Vegeta T23. Stay tuned for...
Real quick, can we just see his most viewed video? That is... Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't it be anything? What is this?
Go to it. Let's see if we get a name here. Because we need the name. 3 hours.
Back, and he went to his UI state. However, Jiren was still keeping up, even with Gohan. Then Jiren blasted Gohan with a massive blast to take food. He's crafty. Leaves granola to me. We all know what to do, so get to it. You know, I don't care. And kicked him and teaming him with combo attack. I guess it's time to show you my true power now, huh? Dang it, Vegeta! Are we going to have to go all out against this guy? Are you ready?
What are we doing here?
Absolutely, Kakarot. Hearts, and they clashed together. What? Broly then went and I'm not giving him a and has to do this, so we must see it through. You guys are right, but it don't make it any less difficult.
It don't make it any... Okay.
And it powered up a massive Kamehameha and Vegeta Final Flash, mixed up with Destroyer's Hokage energy.
Okay, yeah, okay. I just need to see the Gohan.
Face. Supposed to be the strongest alive. This is disappointment. No matter, I don't have time for it at all.
Why is he
going to
Russian?
end it all here and now. As Granola was getting ready to deliver a finishing blow to Gohan, Whis' group finally arrived and rescued the abducted family members from where they were being kept at. They then teleported back to where Gohan was fighting at, and Raditz seen that Gohan was about to be killed.
Vegas
Raditz flashed into his Super Saiyan Blue state,
of course he
and
did.
barely made it in time to take the blow instead of Gohan. Gohan looked up to see his uncle's face in front of his while Granola's hand was sticking out of his chest. Blow instead of Gohan. Gohan looked up to see his uncle's face in front of his while Granola's hand was sticking out of his chest. Oh, not the one I was aiming for, but with energy. Raditz! Gohan then burst with energy.
You need a name. How else are you gonna have a tournament of Gohan?
Exactly. Yo, wrap it up.
Come on. Find a longer song or a better loop point.
Gohan then rushed Granola and decked him 30 times in a blink of an eye.
He doesn't give them names.
You're taking the wrong things from Goku T23. You need the names.
It's only as good as the name.
Let's see, last thing. Let's see Goku T23, his last one, his last name.
223,000 subscribers. I need a full series. There it is.
What if Dr. Gero found Goku?
We never left.
Not for a single solitary second. Is that
Back and forth. Gohan, on the other hand, managed to hold it off guts of his Super Saiyan Blue with his android form. With that, Goku went in charge right towards Broly as he began to hit him back and forth, but Broly was laughing.
That's not
Each
his
attack
android form.
with my power.
You can't.
I'm dying to see what you got. Goku went and he screamed.
There's only one king. There's only one king. Android Master Instinct Goku.
Goku has now went and transformed into his Master Ultra Instinct, a form and a power which he has achieved training with Whis. And when he managed to achieve Ultra Instinct, he went and mastered it to his fullest, as he managed to go and now master it, allowing him to now tap into Master Ultra Instinct.
No, you do I go?
There's only one king.
That was one sentence he said 4 times. Go back.
Didn't want to go back.
Ain't no way.
I'm not listening to this.
Has now went and transformed into his Master Ultra Instinct.
Okay, we got
A
it.
form and a power which he has achieved training with Whis. And when he managed to achieve Ultra Instinct, he went and mastered it to his fullest, as he managed to go and now master it, allowing him to now tap into Master Ultra Instinct. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for a good video.
Is that Android?
Yeah, of course it
Broly?
is. Yes, it is.
What do you
Before
think,
being the
Kakarot?
linchpin of all in time and space.
Now you're gonna know what it means to die. I'm gonna make sure I bathe in your blood. What the hell? What kind of power is that? And oh my god! Before Goku could say another word,
Yep, here we
power
go.
again? No, I'm gonna use a different power than before. I have a power which no one has ever seen before. And now you're gonna die, Broly. Is that so? Well then, let's see it. Okay then, here's my true power.
What the sounds layered.
After training with Whis, Vados, and Mirrors, and even getting his potential unleashed, and let's not forget he has Android 17 and 16 within him, which they fused permanently, Goku was able to reach a new peak of power, as he is now known True Android Form. This is Goku's True Android Form. I didn't really have much practice on this one.
True Android Form Goku. That's what we need. What the is that clapping? Click, clack, click, click. It's like somebody got Fruity Loops and just kept hitting buttons.
One day he's gonna run
Colin
out
Kindy
of
Hope
galaxies
says, we have
and
Peak Fiction,
all this
Daily
other
Fiction,
stuff to
and
just
this combined
plaster
both.
on here.
Goku T23 is now becoming true black hole fiction.
True black hole fiction. This is why the beat sound like came from Fruity Loop Studio made by a 9-year-old who decided to think. I'm saying. What the is Beyblade opening 2 in Japanese? We're not gonna be here all day. Oh, they did the thing. The yelly Japanese thing. It sounded like it in the beginning. That sucks.
Yeah, there's only one king.
There's only one king in way, shape, and form.
Crazy he can never be dethroned. Crazy how that happens.
We're out of here.
Video is tomorrow.
Yep. Part 2 of that bush. And then we're out of here.
Man.
DA, how did you find out about Aroma? Did somebody recommend it? Or did you just start reading it one day?
I believe I just started reading it. I don't quite... When did I first start reading it? Yeah, I think it was just... It was either Dutch... No, it wasn't Dutch because I complained about people not talking about Aroma. Then they got on my neck about that. No, it was just me. What I do in MyAnimeLists, just go down to recommendations and then just pick... because they'll be like, hey, you like Comey, here's something that's similar to Comey, and I'll just go down that list. So that's probably what I did. I don't remember.
Yep.
No, it always looked interesting to me because I'm following a couple voice actors who were just like, yo, this is amazing, and they're having fun on there a lot, and that's why I was just like, yo, that does look kind of good. So that's what happened.
All right, and we are out of here. Shove off all that stuff. I gotta fix the scaling of my computer. Stop coming at ease. Whatever else we say. Have a good rest of your Saturday.
No, don't. You don't deserve